gentlemen, live from the broken down, low rent, sleazy, double greasy pirate radio Nut Hut Studios, it's time for the very first ever Southern.
It's Friday night. Mom's Jimmy, and in the microcosm song, yeah.
Load up on guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello, 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 how low? Hello, 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 how low? Hello, 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 how low? Hello.
Make a mistake, jeopardize my future. Joel, you want to know something? What? Every now and then, say what the fuck. What the fuck gives you freedom? Freedom brings opportunity. Opportunity makes your future. Wow. Be right there. Folks are going.
Damn. What the fuck? Damn. It's Friday night. We are on the air. Barely made it by the hairs. Damn, I think I just felt a cool breeze come in here. Oh, I see. I see him over there. Rock and Rio. I'll do that. Are you there?
Why, yes, I am.
Excellent. Well, I don't know the status of he who shall remain unnamed. Has he arriveth?
He has not.
All right, well then. There's Melvin Taylor. What's up, Brent? Over in the Chatsky.
But I'm turning the tables on you.
It's Revolution Radio. Fully listener supported. Come on down, become supporters.
Dirty pool.
Where truth breaks the spell and information never sleeps. Rock and Roll.
That's it.
24 hours a day, 48 hours a day,
So cool. So cool, baby.
14 days a week, 8 days a week. Damn. I could just go on and on. There's the Epic Journeyman seems to be over in the YouTube chat, apparently.
Oh,
Who else is over there? Ned, what's going on? Max and all, good to see you. AA, B7 TV, what's up? Of course, Brent, woohoo! Amber 2, Trish is in there. Damn, Trish, did Trish ever give you a call about that noise that she was hearing?
no.
All right, just checking.
No. I mean, she might have, but
You didn't answer.
I generally don't have the phone number on during the week. So.
You're playing hard to get.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't come out of the back room with a pool cue. That's all I got to say. Watch out.
Nah.
Now, where the hell is the Epic Journeyman in there, or is he not in there? Because I don't want to start.
He is. I'm working on connecting.
All right, good. Because I don't want to start into my whole thing before he gets here. You know. No, I don't have a thing, but I do have some clips we can play. There's lots of shit going on. Barely, you know, we are barely scratching through. These weeks are going by. They're flying by, man. Aren't they? These weeks are just going by, man, like that. First thing you see, the golden toad, the pink cloud. Now here we are. It's almost a year later. I don't know, man. Some of that pink cloud might have wore a bit off for some. I don't know. For others, maybe not so much. I hear there's a bunch of fucking controversy over the Super Bowl halftime show now. What the fuck is the name of that? The band or the group or the guy that was gonna... What the fuck's going on now? I don't see that window, Sonny. Jeez, what the hell's going on around here?
Got liftings.
Are you there?
What's going on around here, man?
I don't know. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm sitting here minding my own business. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in the middle of a situation. You know, I'm just like
Guido the killer pimp.
it's like life. You know, you were sitting there 1 minute, everything was a day just like any other day, and then all of a sudden, you know, maybe something good happens. Who knows?
It could be.
You never can tell in these times that we're in, and that's, you know, really the ups and downs and the topsy-turviness of it all. And there's some topsy-turviness going on, like right now, for example, because there's a lot of people are saying that the Golden Toad is going after his enemies, his political rivals, the people that, so on and so forth. But
Well, you know, in even if he is, you know, the people who have accused him of misbehaving in certain aspects, that are actually doing the same thing that they're accusing him of, now that the tide has turned and the power has shifted, they deserve to be prosecuted just as well as, you know, maybe he did.
well,
Except he was guilty. He was found guilty.
Well, but
You know.
but honestly, so is Letitia James, and so is what's his name?
Bolton.
They haven't had a day in court yet, though.
Bolton.
He lost his court cases.
No,
That's what
no.
I'm saying. And he didn't get to go to the other two, so the other two became presidents, and they were able to charge him because he became president.
Yeah, but the
We'd
whole
have to
thing,
convict those most likely too.
but the whole thing about the whole Russiagate is being proven to be a complete fucking hoax. And
By
it
who?
was
By just right-wing media, not anywhere else.
well, the thing is it is though.
The Gateway Pundit, you know? I mean,
No,
it's
I'm
not a
saying
reliable source.
I didn't listen to the Gateway Pundit, and you know,
Alex Jones.
I was there doing
Fox News.
I was there doing shows
Yeah.
when it was happening, dude. You know what I'm saying? So the thing
What
is
part's
the
not true,
whole
though?
well the thing is, man, is the whole thing, it was revolved around the Victoria Nuland and them going in there overthrowing the fucking government in Ukraine because fucking Biden had the whole oil thing. The him and his son were involved in the oil thing, and Trump was going after that fucking whole mess. And that's when
Never charged, though? And that was never
no, because
light.
right, because immediately after that happened is when all this shit started. The fucking Ukraine war started, dude.
Yeah,
They
because Russia
killed
invaded
everybody.
Ukraine, right?
Yeah, they killed everybody that could fucking put their finger on Biden. Right away. That was the first people who died. That was the night of the fucking knives, bro.
Where was that at? They didn't kill the Biden people, but in Ukraine?
All the
That'd be the
people
Russians that killed
all the
people in
people
Ukraine.
that were tied to him, that could put his finger on him, they got rid of him.
That's just the son, as far as I know.
Anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, the
point
point being that
the
yeah,
point being
it's not
is
okay for
here-
him to go after people and abuse the justice system
well,
because he's using it like his personal SS. You know,
here's the thing.
that's what he's doing. It's his own Gestapo.
Here's John Bolton. Okay, here's John Bolton. Take a listen to
will
this.
have to prove it, then he has committed very serious crimes. This is a
playing.
devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself.
Oh, you know why? Because it's in hold on a second. It's in Hold on.
in Chrome.
Yeah, it's in Chrome. Stand by. Now, so here he is when they went into Mar-a-Lago, and they were going after the documents that Trump had hidden in his lingerie closet or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah, in his bathroom. Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
he said he gave him back, and he didn't.
Right.
They
Well,
gave him a
here-
year to give him back, and they didn't do it.
Well, here's the
then
thing.
they finally got
Then he is committed.
warrants. They went to
Here's-
investigate. He had hundreds of boxes and documents.
Hey, here's the thing, dude. Here's Bolton. Here's what Bolton said about what Trump did when Trump was being investigated there.
Very serious crimes. This is a devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself, because not only is it powerful, it's very narrowly tailored. They didn't throw everything up against the wall to see what would stick. This really is a rifle shot, and I think it should be the end of Donald Trump's political career. We'll have to prove it. Then.
So that was Bolton. Now he's being accused of the same exact thing.
Not the same exact thing. He doesn't have hundreds of boxes of documents
No,
hidden in his
he
bathroom.
had documents.
It's not about
And
the
couldn't give
documents.
it
It's
back.
about the real estate deals.
He has committed very serious crimes.
Look, dude. This guy and all of these people. Neither group needs to be protected or coddled or whatever. All these people are fucking crooks, And the thing is how many of these people? Listen, how many people? There's all these accusations flying and shit. People getting arrested. People getting warrants going out and this and that. Man, what do you think's gonna happen? Nothing. That's what's gonna happen. Nothing. And it's gonna be another 6 months, 9 months further down the fucking rabbit hole or whatever, down the drain. Look around you. Look around, everybody. Take a look at look at the title of the show. Everything's Zen. No, I don't think so. People are edgy, dude. If they don't listen, if they don't turn around this government shutdown, they don't turn it around in 2 weeks. EBT cards aren't gonna work.
Nope.
Well, that's gonna be a tough situation. And then tomorrow we got the No Kings rally. People are all on edge, epic journeyman about it. People.
Well, what they're saying is that Schumer and his posse are going to concede to the Republicans' bill after the No Kings rally is over. So,
but it was planned months before the shutdown ever happened. It wasn't like the two were related as far as it starting.
Well, no, that's actually it is related. It's Schumer's plan.
We didn't plan it like 6 months ago because was it April or July? I forget which one. No, somewhere it might have been June. I'm not looking it up as from memory when they had the first one, right? They didn't look down that far down the line and say, "Hey, we're going to shut down the government,"
No, but this is his current thing, and the government shutdown was planned by Schumer, like this current one, and they said that, he's even said that after. Their internal memos that have been kicking around and got leaked have been saying that after the King protests, they will, acquiesce and allow, but they're just trying to make a statement. So,
yeah, I don't want to be standing up for Schumer or Bolton. That's not my head's at it. But
I'm just Schumer needs to go. But
Schumer,
the sad part is that once
once
Schumer goes, the next in line is going to be the even more
Jeffries.
retarded AOC.
Probably be Jeffries. Jeffries will end up running that, but that's the plan. He's the heir apparent. But I just think it's a trip that Bolton. He was always Mr. Walrus mustache. There was always the hawk one to go take out Iran. And he joined the administration just to take out Iran, leverage Trump to do it. Use his clout to kind of get him to go, and he never did. And now after he's got, they did right before the election. Remember, they shot the missiles into that base and stuff, and then they went to go shoot back, and they shot down their own airplane. The Iranians did, if you recall. That didn't work out well. So other than that, Bolton didn't get his comeuppance he was hoping for with the invasion of Iran that he had plans to kind of perpetuate the whole idea of the Project for the New American Century, which he was a big part of. So
yeah, man, come on. This is fucking. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to think that there's one side or another. Okay, because no matter what's going on, all these people.
It's
up
the
there,
green side from
Well, I'm just saying,
network. Yeah, from
I'm
network.
saying all these
Exactly.
people up in there, up in Congress and Senate and whatever, no matter what's going on with the little people down here, is that their shit's going to be okay. They're okay over there. They got their shit together over there. See, but over here, where the rest of us are, it ain't so good. See, and that's the issue. I mean, it's literally, things are really have reached a fever pitch, I would say, wouldn't you say? I mean, would you say this is at the all-time high of a fever pitch as far as shit going on all at once?
Yeah, well, it's getting there. That's for sure.
All right, Rio, what's going on?
I think the secret weapon is well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
There's a secret weapon.
yeah, there is a secret weapon. But seriously, though, so now there's going to be a meeting between Putin and Trump, right? That's in
And
the-
Hungary, it's like the worst place possible for that to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at anything can happen, at any given moment. I don't know. Did you see the beginning of the show with Trump as Lemmy from Motorhead?
Yes. I've been playing around with that all week. 10 days now. I've been doing that. Yeah, but not with that particular video, just with Grok Imagine.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it later. Yeah, this is the secret weapon. I guess let a cat out of the bag on that right now. We've talked about it many times, but it's way more than what people thought. Like it's absurdly powerful and how it's going to affect people.
No, it's powerful, and there's a lot of powerful stuff going on right at this exact moment too. And like I'm saying, now, have you heard about this? Putting people in full straight jackets and restraints when they're being taken out. Have you heard about this? People are being put in these fucking straight jackets in these bags for 28.
Oh, to deport them to
wherever they're going.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and those people, by the way, aren't government officials. Those are mercenaries. Those HSI people. Half of them are, what's his face? Is Eric Prince's mercs, from Blackwater. And the rest of the guys that got,
fuck.
It's crazy, man. They're bounty hunters. They get paid by how many they ship out.
Man, it's absolutely out of control.
Some of these people are so unhinged, though. They really do belong in straitjackets, I think.
Well, the thing is,
I mean, have you seen like some of the behavior?
Of who? Of people that are just sitting there and then all of a sudden, I don't know, they go to Home Depot. What I mean,
they're grabbing them out. They're at the taco stand serving the tacos, and they grab them out and ship them out. Yeah,
it's not.
There's a lot of American
If they
citizens
have
getting caught up in
violated
this.
the law, then they deserve to be
But
arrested.
no, there's American citizens this is happening to. They don't get
Yeah,
deported.
dude, it
at least
doesn't
not
matter.
yet that we know of.
Look at
But
man.
they
We're
get
supposed to be the white.
rounded up.
We're supposed to be the white city on the hill, homie.
Just the whites on the hill, apparently.
No,
It's
I'm
like-
just saying it. But remember that shit? When Reagan, we're
Yeah,
the,
Reagan,
we're
yeah.
the white city on the hill, or whatever. It's like
I don't think he meant the kind of weight it is, though.
Yeah, man.
That's what it's become.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Black sites, all this. I mean, even before any of
Yeah,
this.
extraordinary rendition. Yeah,
I'm just saying,
exactly.
even before all this, even before all this, the war on terror, whatever.
And ship you off to Romania and torture you in Romania where there's no U.S. law. Yeah,
So I'm just saying.
that happened.
The war on terror, how's it going for you, man? It's pretty terrible out there, wouldn't you say? I mean, there's a lot of terror. People are paranoid running around. Seen these videos on YouTube? No. Hey, what's up, Billy?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Let me ask you, Jimmy. Are you scared that an ICE agent's going to mistake you for someone illegal and arrest you there in Southern California?
No, because I'm not in Southern California.
Well,
But-
in Central California, wherever.
But the thing is,
I was afraid of it, but I was in San Diego. Yeah,
You're afraid of it? You're actually afraid of being arrested by an ICE agent.
yeah.
dude, it's not. See, the thing is, it's not whether I'm afraid of being arrested by anybody about like that. What it's about is all of a sudden I'm seeing these certain kind of attitudes going around, and then I'm also seeing the military being called in, and I see people being on the fucking bullhorns of a dilemma because everybody wants crime to stop. Everybody wants the violence, the killings, the murders, the fucking beatings, all this shit to stop. So you have to. So on one level, it's wrong, you know, it's posse comitatus, man, or whatever. But on the other hand, everybody wants crime to stop, don't they? So, I mean, it puts you in this weird situation. It's like you're not for drunk driving, are you?
Right. But it's actually where's the crime? You say there's crime. You know what I mean? You're not for a crime, are you? Well, show me the crime. And then that's actually what Bolton said. He quoted about the Stalin era, right? Show me the man, and I'll show you the crime. That's what's turned out. That's what's come down to. Yeah, you know.
There you go.
So it's not. There's no justice. When justice goes away, then we're at the very point where
us.
Fled England, right? We fled England to evade tyranny, started a nation because of it. Now we don't have that very thing that we worked so hard to cultivate and bring to the world. And now we're dropping down a list of democratic countries to what are we, number 13 or something right now?
I'm just saying, dude, it's just, the thing is, it's hard to be steadfast on what you know to be right and true, because it doesn't matter who or what is going on. That's the fucking basis of this country, man. No matter what went on, you're going to get a fair shake, a fair trial, so on and so forth. Freedom of speech.
Yeah. Press, freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, all that. Freedom to be, Fourth Amendment, freedom in your papers, persons, and property. You don't have to house, military forces in your home. I forget the term that was, that's specific on the Fourth Amendment also. Yeah, it's abused constantly. Like when they pull somebody over and ransack their car, they're not allowed to do that. They come in your house without a warrant. They're not allowed to do that.
The thing is all of that led up to this moment. So all of that everybody let go, and all the piss tests, and wear a helmet and seat belts and all this. Once you let them in, then they're in, man, and that it just keeps going on and on and on, and we're getting to a point where, there's gonna be harmonization, or there's gonna be trouble, and so looks like lots of people are saying there's gonna be trouble. Hopefully there won't be any trouble. Hopefully there won't be, because we're only one step away from, martial law or whatever at any given moment. Like tomorrow, for example, if some shit goes off, something breaks off tomorrow, gets bad somewhere, what do you think's going to happen? I mean, do you think Trump's just going to sit around and not do nothing? No, he's going to.
Well, he's hoping that something happens.
Exactly.
Not the National Guard, the Marines or whatever. Yeah, so you have all these people resigning from their posts right now in the military. There's like half a dozen just today. It's a big deal.
And I noticed they were now. Is Antifa anarchists?
They're not an organization.
No, I'm just saying, because I heard him say today on a news report, it was one of these blurbs where they go, Antifa, they started naming off all this shit that they were, and I was curious because I didn't think they were. I thought it was like the anti-fascist party and was started back in Germany back in the day.
Yeah, it's just it's a colloquial slang term. It's not a real thing. Like the people screwed up.
It was a real thing
in Oregon. But I mean here in America, the people that coined the term in Oregon and Seattle as part of their protest thing, they didn't have like a membership or anything like that. But they're the ones that put on the black shirts, which is a big mistake, right? In my opinion, especially since those same 5 agent provocateurs showed up at all these protests and made it go violent. Staged bricks everywhere. The guy with the umbrella, the long torsoed guy, the guy with the skateboard. Everywhere. Every single one of those cities. You saw it. Those 3 guys. There's 5 guys, but those 3 every time.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like obvious,
Well,
Philadelphia, Seattle, Portland.
The thing
some city in Virginia.
There has to be a recognition of the fact that, America is a fascist country, is it not? It's corporate.
Well, it has the fasci on the logo of Congress, but It's not a fascist country.
Yeah, it is, because corporations are involved with the government, and the government is involved with corporations, and that's what it is. It's corporatism.
Oh, not the intention, but yeah, that's what it's become. Yeah, it's become a fascist country. Yes, that's true.
Right. So I mean,
it's not the intention. It's not the constitutional republic we all love and cherish. It's become a fascist republic where all you have to do is give a gift to the leader and salute the king.
And so, hence, there are no kings tomorrow, right?
That's right.
I'd
go if there's one here in Lahaina, but there's no Lahaina, so I can't go. There's no place to have one here in West Maui. I'd have to drive over to Kihei or something, if they have one. But if I was in San Diego, I'd be there. I wouldn't get arrested there. because too many people would be in it. You know what I mean?
Well, listen.
No, but they're just random people in San Diego, because what happened to San Diego, if you guys haven't heard, going back a couple months when I first started doing these raids, is they chased out the ICE agents, right? They were down in the districts, having their tacos and stuff, just normal people enjoying their time on a Friday night. They came in there and started raiding the restaurant, and the customers ran them out. So that's happened like twice in San Diego. So I'm a little worried about that in San Diego, because I frequent those places. I enjoy my Mexican food there. And sure enough, I might get caught up in one of those raids. I wouldn't doubt it for a second, because I'm the kind of person who'd stand up to what's going on and say something.
Well,
They
maybe
don't let you say anything.
maybe they might think you're, somebody from somewhere else.
Yeah, Tifa.
No, I'm just saying.
Well,
you might be. I'm just saying you might be like you might be.
Look a little too dark complexioned. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, do you have blue eyes?
No.
What color eyes do you have?
I have greenish.
Okay, so you have green eyes, so you could have came from some Eastern European bloc.
Or Eastern European, or even Middle East. Yeah.
You might have to throw your ass the F out of here, man. Because
they might try.
I'm just saying.
In El Salvador.
You don't have to
in a straitjacket.
I'm just saying you don't have to. You don't have to be brown.
No, that's what people aren't getting about this. Like,
that's what I'm
that,
trying.
That lady from Canada. That's what I brought up not last show I was on. I think it was last show I was on, actually, before I had to go to work and travel. But I mean, she didn't do anything wrong. She was just coming from down south, going back to Canada, and was stopping like she always does.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Friends.
Give it a name. Give it a name. The thing is the underlying bullshit that's going on is against everything that this country stands for, and I don't care
100%.
who you are, where you stand, and what side you're fucking on. Okay,
it's tyranny.
No matter what
it's
side
tyranny.
you.
That's the name.
Listen, no matter what side you were on, the country was built on a certain format, and that format seems to be being violated, and we're being put in a situation where we gotta. Like I said, on the one hand, you want stuff to the shit that's going on to stop, but on the other hand, once you allow it, then what happens when the enemy changes or the person that they're looking for changes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's no longer the people from outside, but the people inside that disagree with the leader. That's a playbook that's been used for generations. I mean, going back to Rome,
The thing is,
pre-Rome, probably.
Once you allow it, then that's what I mean. All of a sudden, shit changes. How long does stuff stay the same? It's like when
thinking about that today. Yeah.
Check this out: the 1989 earthquake in Santa Cruz wiped everything out. Any brick buildings, they were gone. A whole downtown was fucked up, and messed up, right? So they charged this tax, this earthquake tax. They raised the tax around here. Man, did the tax ever go down after they got the money for the earthquakes? No. Matter of fact, it got higher. But it went from there. You know what I mean? And that's what goes on. This is a game of movement and increments. And every time somebody breaches the perimeter and they come back outside, they know where the soft spot is, and they can keep breaching the perimeter. And that's what's going on. Every single day. That's what we've talked about it before. How many laws are there? I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of laws, aren't there? But the problem is that they don't get enforced. But if they all of a sudden started enforcing certain laws, everybody that you know and everybody that you interact with, everybody be in jail. Because everybody commits crimes all day long, and you just don't realize it. You don't know you broke a rule until you break it. You didn't know there was a rule. You know what I mean? What's up, Sergeant Miller? Sergeant Miller's over there. And you're welcome to join us, Sergeant Miller, if you want to join in. But Rock and Rio, are you still there?
I am.
Okay. Well, so the thing is, are you seeing what I'm saying as far as this bullhorns of a dilemma that we're in? Because, on the one hand, you have a certain idea that you're, looking at, that you're thinking, the country's supposed to be a certain way, but on the other hand, you think there's a need for certain action. What's going on? You know what I mean?
Well, I hate to say it, but I agree with a lot of what's going on, and I know that's going to upset some people, but I do think that these people should be deported. I do think that the violent actions against law enforcement officials, whether they are acting appropriately or not, should be quelled. there is a difference between peaceful protest and some of this. Like even today, I saw a video of this WGN reporter, right, where she was down on the ground. It looked like the cop threw her down, and she was crying and all this other stuff. But the part of the video that you didn't see, and that they finally did release later, was that she was throwing bottles and whacked an ICE officer, and then ran into his truck. So because she was upset that they were in the neighborhood. She had nothing to do with it. She just happened to be driving by, saw them, and threw a bottle at them. So then when she got arrested, she's all upset, and they're trying to play it like, oh, poor innocent victim. But she's not a poor innocent victim. She attacked them first. So you know what? And I've seen this in tons of videos.
I've been
especially
seeing...
on the mainstream news, right? They're portraying it like these people are all victims, and ICE agents are going in there, and
I've been
the
seeing
National
the
Guard's
videos.
going in there and brutalizing the innocent citizens. But these innocent citizens are throwing rocks at them, throwing bottles at them, and doing all sorts of other things. They deserve to get arrested. I mean, if you walk up to a police officer and punch him in the face, you don't expect to end up in handcuffs. There's something wrong with you.
Not everybody's doing that, though.
Rock
There's
and
people just
Rio.
standing there.
But there's a lot of people who are doing that.
Rock and
They're
Rio.
dangerous words. The words are too dangerous. They have to be, used. Force has to be used on them, exerted upon them, because their words are too dangerous. What happened to sticks and stones, man? That's the
what
thing.
happened to sticks and stones? Right, exactly.
Rock and Rio is coming out of the back room of the pool cue, man.
Yeah,
Rock and
but it's like but you see this constantly, and the dramatization of it. Oh, I'm a victim. The police officer is being mean to me, threw me on the ground. Yeah, but you punched him in the face before he threw you on the ground. You deserve to be thrown on the ground. You deserve to be cuffed. You deserve to be prosecuted.
Canadian lady didn't. The
WGN reporter did. She whacked a guy in the head with a beer bottle or a soda bottle or whatever it was.
There's thousands of people who didn't touch anybody. The guy in the frog outfit.
But they're playing that specific situation up like she's the innocent victim.
He didn't do anything wrong. Just standing there. I know what he said, but obviously the guy didn't like it. But he said it. He was in a goofy outfit.
Listen, man. The thing is, listen. I'm trying to talk to you about the underlying shit in it all. Number one, are you guys talking about these publicized things that have happened, these incidents? I mean, how long has this shit been going on? You guys don't see through this shit?
And that's the thing,
I mean, this shit is designed specifically to fucking enrage and infuriate you, Rio.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course it is.
No, I'm just saying.
So
they want you to call for the shit, dude. And the same thing with you, Epic Journeyman. You fall for this
exactly.
shit too. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like the guy, the Christian guy, the minister who was praying. First, they sprayed him in the face, right? And that was one thing in Chicago. And then from the rooftop, while he's praying, his arms are outstretched, praying, right? Literally praying. They shoot him in the head with the paper ball, like in the head, that him and I would have blinded him, right? That's okay. That's not okay. But to your point, now if we're suspicious-minded, he could have been a plant with the idea strictly to enrage the left and the people you're talking about, Rio, specifically to enrage the right, and they're all crisis actors to achieve a goal, a common end. That's possible,
and that's part of it too. I think there is a lot of the crisis actor and provocateur, going
could
on.
be AI.
They want you to hate a certain group of people, and they're gonna have those people say the words that infuriate and enrage you, dude. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is,
my issue is not with people having the opinions or
what if they came.
You could be as lefty as you want to be, but the minute you or righty as you want to be, either way, but the minute you take it to a violent action, where you want to have a disagreement, we can disagree. I mean, we even on this show we have discussions where we disagree on certain points. It's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not flying over to Hawaii to punch Epic in the face because I don't agree with something he said, and I wouldn't expect him to do the same to me either, right? I mean. That would be ridiculous.
Of course,
but these people are out there. If you want to protest, stand out there and protest. Scream your head off, yell, but don't throw things at the cops. And then don't complain when you get arrested for it.
Tony Phillips.
There's a certain level of conduct and order that and a certain level of sanity that needs to be maintained.
Tony,
and,
hey,
and the problem is people are not maintaining that, and then they're crying victim about it, and that's the part that gets me. Like, if you're going to go out there and you're going to punch somebody, then when you get punched back, don't complain about it. It's simple as that.
well, all I know is, look, there's a million stories in the Naked City, and that's just one of them. And somehow, you happen to, catch it on camera or whatever. So, but the point is the underlying situation is that does this look like? Look at, man, if I told you what was going on in our country and in the world 10 years ago, you think I was making it up. You think I was out of my mind telling you what's going on. What's gone on in the last 5 years. How we got to this exact moment that we're in right now.
Well, the degradation of society has definitely reached a new low.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. But listen, people are really on edge. I would just, be careful out there everywhere. I mean, it's hard. Like, my neck is sore because my head's been on a swivel.
Right? You get a sore neck, you get
I got a
aggravated.
neck
easy.
ache.
Yeah, neck ache
watching my
makes you
back.
aggravated easy. Next thing you know, you're throwing rocks at cops. You got to be careful, man. The thing about this is that, yeah.
You better stand 6 feet apart, man. That's all I got to say.
You better stand 6 feet apart so you get a better throw. Yeah.
No, you stand 6 feet apart and toe the line, dude. Put your toes
No, I
on
know
the
what you
line.
meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just making light of the situation. But the
Listen,
situation isn't light.
no.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Because you're not going to be able to tell. You already can't. What's real? Won't be able to tell.
No, you won't be able to tell. Seriously. I mean, it's to that point. I mean, it's probably been to that point a long time ago.
Yeah, I think so.
We've been watching fake videos for a long time. I mean,
Oh,
just
and
saying.
they're getting faker by the day.
That's what I mean. But the thing is the people that we've been seeing on TV and this and that, like, they're not on TV. You know what I mean? They're not in that room or whatever with those people.
Might not be real at all.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, remember back during the Michelle Pfeiffer incident when there was that where the Golden Toad was on a boat somewhere, and he was supposed to be, he's in the hospital or something. I forget what it was. In the background of the video, remember that?
Oh yeah, that was fake. Yeah, completely. When he was in Walter Reed,
Yeah,
and
but
he had
he
the
was
little
in a
desk, and the
boat.
desk was too small, and they had the background, and the background was obviously pasted in there. Yeah,
it was.
And there was a point where he moved his hand, and
Yeah.
I think it was his hand. There's one of his limbs, whatever it was, and it didn't match right. Yeah, you could tell.
There's all these glitches.
It's better than that now. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, but that's
guess
what I
so.
mean. If these people are 7 years ahead of everybody or whatever,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
25 years ahead. They're 50 years ahead by now. Now they're 250 years ahead. By now they've already disintegrated and beamed themselves up to another planet. If they're because it's exponential, right? So
Yeah.
every time they're 50 years ahead or whatever, then it keeps going and going.
It's 5,000. Yeah, it mattered nothing.
Yeah, and then they're all of a sudden they're in floating cities or whatever, looking down on us, sending down their fake videos to make us think they're still here with us, but you never actually really see them anywhere.
Playing the gods of Mount Olympus. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like what's available to us all right now is so amazing to the average consumer, right? That most people have no idea is available to them right now. They haven't caught on yet. But it might be a week, it might be a month, it might be a year. But when everybody does, it's like you understand that like there is nothing that you don't, even with your own two eyes, you have to be careful. But there's definitely nothing that you see that's
No.
not with your two eyes you can be trusted at all.
No, at this
It's
point,
completely realistic now.
I'd have to say no. Now, what's the Super Bowl? There's a big controversy with the Super Bowl now. What is the name of the?
Oh, the Bad Bunny.
The whole
okay,
Bad Bunny thing.
Is it
Yeah,
Puerto Rican?
Bad Bunny
woman.
Bad Bunny was gonna do his show in Spanish, and everybody got pissed off.
See.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? Now, here's the thing. Now, here comes, guess what? The Super Bowl is going to be here in the Bay Area, okay, at our stadium. And Santana's a local, boy made good or whatever, so he's going to roll into the Super Bowl halftime show is what I'm hearing.
That'd be cool.
So I'm
Yeah,
wondering if
Santana,
he's
yeah.
going to do some songs in Spanish as well. Is that going to piss some people off? Because, I mean, everyone seemed to like his shit before. When, you know, all of a sudden they don't like it.
I still like this shit because it's not shit.
Okay,
It's-
listen.
Yeah.
I should tell you guys a story, man. It's literally unbelievable. No, I'll just tell you. I won't mention any names. All right. So I decide I'm going to go for a doctor's appointment, you know, make an appointment for myself, go to the doctor. So I make this appointment. I go and I wait 8 weeks for an appointment. I finally get the appointment. I go in there. Doctor shows up. He pulls out a pad of paper and shows me and draws these lines on it. Shows me his ideas about his philosophy about medicine. And then he asked me a little bit about myself. And he goes, he pulls his phone out. He fucking pulls his phone out and he goes, "You don't mind if I use AI, do you? Because I use AI to, take notes." And I said, "No, I don't mind." But it kind of irked me a little bit. And then he goes, I'm sitting there, I'm telling him, this and that and this and that. And then all of a sudden he goes, "Huh, well, listen, I got to get going. They double booked me. And I got to get to my next appointment. So, so on and so forth and blah, blah, blah. See you next time." And I leave. And he leaves. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, like, I've never seen a doctor who didn't have a stethoscope or whatever, didn't look in my ear hole with one of those things, take my temperature or whatever, stick, tongue depressor. Wasn't like that. So then, this was a couple weeks ago, I get this bill for $320 or something like this. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I have insurance. I'm like, what is this? So I call them up and they go, "Well, yeah, you do have insurance, but see, this wasn't preventative. This was, and I said, "Well, what does that mean?" "Well, no, you didn't get a physical. A physical is preventative, but this wasn't a physical." And I said, "Well, that's what I wanted. That's why I made the appointment. I was coming in there to get a physical." And then I told her, and then the doctor looked at his watch and said 33 minutes was up, and it was time for me to go. So it's like $10 a minute for this dude to come in and philosophize and tell me this and that, and then ask me some, tell him about myself. I mean, I did most of the talking, obviously, because he's asking me, this and that. So anyways, she goes, "Well, it's because you were seeking care or something. That was the difference." So I never heard.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
No, not that. I mean, meanwhile, what the guy might have actually been doing, your doctor, is he's using AI. He's training the AI by having you talk. Your voice is getting analyzed. Facial recognition of what your face looks like, right? Seeing the blush you have, from what or lack thereof. All the things normally.
Yeah, he wasn't holding the phone on me, man. He had it laying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying.
Otherwise, I'd be worried. Yeah, that's what
the thing
like, oh,
is, the point is the fucking human interaction that you're supposed to be having with the doctor wasn't there, and so the thing is that I'm just one step away from him not even being there. What the fuck do I need him
just
for?
Ask the AI.
I'm just saying, what the fuck? Why do I need him if he's using AI? I might as well just use AI myself. In other words, the reason you used to have to fucking pay people is because they knew shit. They went to a school, they learned, they did this and that. That's why people got paid a lot of money. Well, all of a sudden, AI knows everything that you know. They don't need you anymore. They don't need your knowledge or any of it anymore because now they have it all over here. They don't need you. Put an avatar up there and pretend he's a doctor and ask me some questions. You know what I mean? So listen, here, I'll go you one step further. I asked for some specific work to be done, some tests. Specifically, I asked for it. He didn't say. I came to him with a set of tests that I wanted to have done. I get a list. I emailed him a list of it. Okay? So I went and I had those tests done. Okay? It's totally automated. Once I had the test done, I wait and then I get the results. I took the results from some of the tests that I got. I copied them and I pasted them into fucking ChatGPT. Okay? And then I got a diagnosis from it about what the values were of the shit that I put in there. So we're already there. Telehealth, your attorney's going to be a fucking AI. Why would you hire an attorney for however many dollars an hour when you could have instant
Don't just get the right AI. Make sure you get the right one. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
jump
it
in
has
there,
a whole lot. The legal library, the entire thing, Library of Congress, locked up in there.
right.
Every single statute.
And no human judge could be a match for this information and the precedents that could be set by some AI that could literally go back everywhere through every single law that's ever been there. Same thing with the doctors, where they're doing operations now, where your doctor is in India, and he performs the operation on you in a pit with robotics.
Already happening. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, it's the health system is quite a. And the other thing is too is what I also find interesting about this, because I don't interact with the health system, but what I find interesting about it is that my health information is supposed to be super private with the HIPAA laws, right? But then all of a sudden, after I went to the doctor and this and that, and had these tests, all of a sudden I'm getting spam emails from a bunch of fucking medical shit. That has nothing to do. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. I never clicked on anything. I never searched for anything. It's nothing to do with me. But all of a sudden, I got all this shit. Now, where are they getting the information from? Somewhere. They're getting it from somewhere, aren't they? They got it from somewhere because they're fucking marketing to me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's the problem it has with this going on is it monetizes our attention. So it's not just a matter of us using it; it's using us to monetize our attention and use that attention as a currency.
Trish in the chat
dangerous as heck.
said Grok read her friend's dog blood work from a veterinarian and did a better job breaking down that explained everything. So, you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I've been using it for 10 days now. Grok. I've been shying away from using any of these, and I was using Grok Imagination to generate images and animate photos and that kind of thing. And it was amazing. And it's amazing also that the moderation filters kicked in like 2 days ago, because apparently on the Capitol Hill there, people got concerned about people making unflattering, memes and animations, of the people there.
Rock and Rio.
It's funny how fast the law can move when there's nobody even in Congress, isn't it?
Rock and Rio. Are you over in the YouTube chat?
I am.
Okay. Have you been over there the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. So
I see.
All right. So this
actually,
Tony
since
Phillips
you
said
brought
he's
it up.
never seen you so riled up, man.
Yeah. Well,
85722.
The
What's up?
stupidity of what's going on pisses me off.
What's up, Karen Carpenter? Good to see you. Kevin Tabor's over there. What's up, man? 221 days clean and sober.
How come everybody's got numbers on their names now in the YouTube chat?
I don't know. Something must have happened.
Is this like a new Google thing, or
it's like a new channel or something?
I didn't notice to have one on mine.
Or maybe that's how you get an email now. You can just.
Oh, it could be.
Maybe now all of a sudden.
It says Amber 8007 and Ronan's 57.
Yeah. Billy Ray Valentine's got 1665. Yeah, that's right. I'm scrolling up.
Yeah, that's weird, man. There's something.
Yeah, Karen Valentine.
Something.
Well, that's interesting. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think that number is the number of award points you get. When it shows that little number after you make a comment, it's the sum total of your points. I bet you that's what it is. So that's your point count.
Oh, that must be why. That's why tricky. It must be why I don't have one after my name.
How come Fingerman doesn't have one then?
That's what it is. Because
Fingerman's got no number.
Fingerman.
Karen Carpenter comments a lot. She's got a number. Billy comments a lot. He's got a number. I got a number somewhere. I don't see me. I guess make a comment so I can see. I'm gonna just make a quick comment. And say, let's see what it says. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
That's right, Billy. I am.
Oh, jeez.
2145. So my score is 2145. I didn't get any points for that one. So remember, it's 2145. And if I go and I make a comment, I get like 50 points next time. We'll see if it goes up. I bet you that's what it is. We'll confirm. That'll be the goal of the show of me in the background, not the main goal, but a peripheral goal. We'll figure this out.
No.
As we're up against guys, gals, we have to figure out what the AI is using. It's using things.
Oh, Cat's Pajamas says YouTube is showing username at instead of a display name. Could be. I'll go in there and make a comment and see if it says anything when I do.
1 spoonful of honey with cinnamon before bed equals 0 memory collapse. The secret the billion-dollar industry doesn't want you to know.
That's all you got to do now. All you got to do now is say they don't want you to know about it. And that's a big marketing thing because that's, conspiracy theories all over the internet.
Yeah, totally.
It's into the microcosm. It's Friday night.
I take my card and I stand in line to make a buck. I will go overtime. Yes, the letters keep coming in mail. I work my back till it's racked with pain. The boss can't even recall my name. I show up late and I'm down to never fail. I feel like just another smoking a great big wheel, like a tiny blade of grass in a great big field. Whoa. To workers, I'm just another drone. To my mail, I'm just another phone. I'm just another statistic on a sheet.
Bob.
Teachers, I'm just another child. To my
What's happening? All right, listen. It's almost the end of the hour.
Gonna cruise out of this city, head down to the sea. Gonna shout out at the ocean, hey, it's me. And I feel like a number, feel like a number, feel like a stranger in this land.
All right. Rio. You
Yeah.
there?
See, I don't have a number next to my name.
Yeah. Did I have a number next to my name when I made a comment? I don't know.
Although it doesn't.
No,
say
it's only the ones like, see, Linda's got one. She's got
How come-
number
but-
3.
How come Linda doesn't have one?
I don't know, but it
Good
did
question.
change because mine used to say Rio on it. Now it says Rock and Rio on it. So it went to my channel name instead of my
Interesting.
studio name. Interesting.
Yeah.
No, everything's morphing. So the
fucking
theme
weird,
here,
man.
we'll talk after the break. Yeah, we'll talk.
It's
after the break.
weird. That's all I'm saying. All right, listen, we're not going on Ground Zero Plus till 10:30. So, yeah, everybody's rolling in the chat skis over there. I don't know what's happening down there. Revolution Radio chat, Sprinter 1, what's happening? He went to his old username. This is weird, man. Something's going on. Something's going on the internet right now.
Need to play Frida. The outro is Frida, right?
I'm serious. Well, you know,
Yeah, no,
look,
there is something going on, and that's what I was getting to with this whole. We'll talk on Clyde's show about it. We'll wait. Save some of this discovery that I found in this last 10 days of diving deep into the world of artificial intelligence in the form of grok.
so you're gonna
the
make.
gamification of it.
So what you're saying is, Rio, what he's saying, he's gonna make up for lost time. You lost time,
Yep.
man.
I guess so.
Hey, so listen, Rio. Are you over in the Revolution Radio chat?
Yes, I am.
Shout some of those peoples out because they're always over there, and Revolution Radio is fully listener supported. And those,
All
those
right,
are a
yeah.
lot of the listeners that support the network are over there in that chat. You can chat with them. They're there. It's free. Everybody can cruise in there. The archives are free. But fully listener supported, so come on down. You know.
Yeah, Gear Jammer's there. Jim Jones, Lavender Streams. I saw Maced in there earlier.
Maced.
Unshaken. Flippy was in there
Huh.
a little while ago.
Well, listen. Have you heard about what's going on at Walmart?
Aside from the prices going up again,
The tunnels.
No, yeah, no. There's all. You know what?
Are they turning into FEMA centers again?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
The thing is here's the thing. I don't want to give Walmart any good advertising slogans, but there's always something going on at Walmart, isn't there?
There is.
No matter
Especially
what
at
it
2
is.
in the morning,
I saw a knockdown, drag out fight. I didn't mean to watch it, but it came up somehow, and I couldn't turn away for some reason.
Did you see it live or did you see it on like video?
No, it was on a video.
Oh, okay.
It's on a video, but irrespective of that, I could see the full brutality of it all. The naked city has a million stories, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're lucky, somebody's got a phone right there. I guess if you're lucky, who knows? All right, listen. It's Revolution Radio. We'll be right back. I ain't singing for Pepsi. I ain't singing for Coke.
Tastes like wine. It's a human being so divine. Oh, she feel like sun. Mother Nature, look at what you've done. Oh, I feel like letting go. I feel like letting go. Oh, she looks like snow. I wanna put her in a Broadway show. She dance and dine like a Lucifer. She'll always shine. I feel like letting go. I feel like letting go.
It's the one and only Into the Microcosm. I'm Jimmy. We're at the top of the hour break. Be right back.
About all deep depression, can't seem to move it forward. My life has a light away, not sure what I am meant to.
Right now, it's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, clocks run out. Time's up.
Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. Broken hearts, a smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
It's Friday night, hour number 2. Alright, we'll be talking about what the hell's going on over at Walmart. Rocket Rio, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent. All right, well, so we all hooked up. Everybody's here. Excellent. Man, that silver chair sounds good, huh? Yeah. They're probably all dried out, alcoholics, half dead, somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. It's Revolution Radio. It's Into the Microcosm Friday night, hour number 2. I'll be joining Ground Zero Plus in about 30 minutes. And listen, as I was saying what's going on at Walmart, I saw a bunch of people saying different stuff in there that had nothing to do with what I was talking about, and I came and it washed over me like a wave that there's, like I said, there's always something going on at Walmart. Maybe what we should do is have a regular segment on here about what the fuck's going on over at Walmart. Because there seems to be always something going on, remember? Like, before Amazon, wasn't Walmart in Jericho, that series Jericho? There was some company that did all the logistics after the, bombs went off.
Based on the Jade Helm stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, even before Jade Helm. I mean, this was like, Jericho was, what, in 2000?
At that time.
Yeah, 2007. Was that when that series came out? I don't know when it came out, but I watched it when it was out. Anyways, point being is there was some company, and, everybody thought it was Walmart. And then when the Jade Helm thing, like you said, happened, there's a whole thing about Walmart. And then that's when they developed the data set of the people they wanted to mind fuck with the Q operation. And then they built from there. The trees, like all the people sending emails out about the FEMA camps and Walmart to their buddies and this and that. talking about all this shit, and then they just built lists and trees off of all that information, and then they directly marketed the Q operation to those people because they knew they'd spread it like wildfire. You know what I mean? From coast to coast and around the world. Good afternoon, good evening. My name's Jimmy. Wherever you may be around the world.
I'm gonna have to reconnect this, Jimmy.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead and do that, and I'll be over here with my lonesome self in the middle of the night in the dark, dark redwoods of Northern California. Storm passed through the other side, and then now today it was a very nice day here. Sun was shining, and you know, things were nice. You couldn't say that anything bad was really going on. This is all going on at the same time. But I'm glad we're getting it out of the way now. You know, getting it out of our systems. I can't see that window. Oh, there it is. Jeez. It's all too much, man. It's all too much. Can you hear me now? All right. Anyway, so what I was talking about Walmart was all of a sudden, no prices at Walmart. You're seeing all these different Area 51 guns. What's happening? You're seeing all these different transitions. So now, in order for you to find out how much something costs at Walmart, there's all these videos going around that the prices have been taken away. Now you have to get their app, install it on your phone, and then scan the ticket. You have to scan the ticket at Walmart with your phone because there's no prices on the price tags up at Journeyman. So the point being is, number one, you got to put their app on your phone. Number two, those prices, they don't have to go around with a price gun and change prices anymore. They can just fucking prices can just go up and down whenever, you know, with inflation, whatever. You know, one day that hot dog is $1, and the next day it's $20. You know.
Well, and the thing is when you get to the checkout, if you don't know the price, do they modify the price for you specifically?
Exactly, they could.
You know, you could be paying $1 for a hot dog, but Epic might have to pay $2 for that same hot dog.
Exactly.
It based it on our income because it's on our phone all the time, and the app monitors all your other metadata.
It knows you have.
Right?
It knows you have money, so it charges you more.
Yeah.
It's like when I lived in Venice. If you went down to the market on the boardwalk and bought a pack of smokes, if you were from out of town, you paid a different price.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a local, you didn't pay that price. You know, and that's how it is. You know, but so what if they do that electronically? They just, you know, it's like, oh, Rio. It looks like Rio got a little extra dough working off on the side over there. You know, did a side job or whatever, made himself a couple G. Maybe we ought to.
If you forgot to eat lunch, it means your low blood sugar and starts like really hitting
charge you double for that
Snickers
pizza.
bars and stuff.
No, we'd charge you double for that slice of that pizza.
And double for the slice. Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean
that's a real thing.
So I know how far away are we from it? I mean, we see, you know,
now.
I'm just saying. Let's just say you become some sort of an enemy of some kind, and just think of all the minor annoyances that could just add up. Like that bill didn't get paid that you thought did, and then all of a sudden you're not getting certain emails when you're supposed to get them, you know, and you don't correspond in a timely manner about something. All these little clerical errors that are performed by these AI agents that are replacing human beings, that just one swipe of the keystrokes and all of a sudden you got all these tiny little things going wrong. You know, if you become the enemy of the state, who knows? I don't know. Enemy of the state. I don't know.
One of the things I noticed on X a while back is that it'll go back sometimes and change your comment. Not the comment itself, not the words, but it'll misspell words you spelled right the first time, like with a whole different, you know, K instead of a C or something like that. And it stopped doing it a couple weeks back, but I noticed it was doing it probably about 2 months ago. And I got to thinking about it, that how would you know? It could just mask it to you and everybody else sees you sound like some stupid person. Right? It's just a way of, you know, pushing down your viewership, right?
I kind of wonder what that experiment was for, because you're not the first person I've heard say that you know, hey, the letters are changing on my
Yeah.
post. And, there's got to be some algorithmic test that's for, or some, there's got to be some reason behind it. That has an intention.
Yeah.
It's not just like
there's nothing. Everything.
It's not just like random oops in the system.
Dude, everything has a fucking reason.
Yeah. But I'm curious as to what that is.
What was the objective of that one? Probably to see if we notice. But like, do you pay attention to your
to
posts?
make
That's
you
probably
look
what it
like
is.
an idiot. That's what it is. That's what.
Well, no, that's what it is
that's
overall.
it,
But
sure.
also to just see if you notice, like how what's your recognition in the Navy, the submarines and sonar in general, they have a thing called the nominal recognition differential that goes into the passive sonar equation. And the reason they do that, nominal recognition differential, is the ability. It's a wild card of the ability of the operator. So that NRD, we'll call it the NRD function of social media. Nominal recognition differential is being discovered by how often people notice their own mistakes. I didn't make those mistakes. I talked to other people that said exactly the same thing, like you're saying, Rio. Exactly. I mean, that was not what the post said, right? I mean, it said the same thing, but it was all of a sudden there's things that just totally, if the K is
How do you know?
Wild things.
How do you know though? Because the thing is, you could be completely fucking insane and think that you thought something and typed it, but maybe you typed something completely different. Maybe you did type that.
Not these kind of things.
No,
not
how do you
those
know?
kind of mistakes.
How do you know? You can't know. The last person to know they're crazy is the crazy person.
Well,
that part's
that's
true,
the
but-
curiosity. Is it showing everybody else your mistypings, or is it only showing you that it?
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's
And
just
is it a test for you? Is it a test for other people? Or, like Jimmy said, are they trying to just make you look stupid to other people? There's got to be an actual thought process behind it. Like as far as the testing goes.
My first thought-
I'm curious as to what the motivation is.
Yeah, my first thought was to make you look stupid, but then when other people that responded that had it happen to them, that we've talked on Twitter for a long time, they didn't see it. It happened to them too, and I didn't see it when it happened to them. So that makes me think it's that NRD, nominal recognition differential aspect being tested. How often do you check your own posts, right? And are you seeing the corrupted version? That's what I think it was for. Because otherwise, you wouldn't have the same followers, and people would say something like, "Hey, man, you said this. Why'd you misspell? You're not a bad speller. I know you better than that, right?" They'd say something. So it's to show you, and whether you notice or not. That's what I think. At first, I thought it was what Jimmy initially said, is to make you look stupid. And that may yet happen, but I don't think so. I think it's to make us see if
here's
we
the
can
good
notice.
news.
Well, I mean, so many people look stupid on their own. They don't need any.
Right. You don't need anything. Don't need any help. Right.
Here's the good news, man. If you, I don't post anything. So the thing is, if you ever see a post from me, it wasn't a post because I didn't post it because I don't post anything. So the thing is, if I don't post anything, I don't know. Rock and Rio, are you a poster? Do you run around posting? shit?
When did Twitter come out? 2007, 2009?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Somewhere in there, yeah. NFL really
I
promoted
have
it.
posted exactly twice on Twitter since then.
Twice.
Twice.
All right. Well, listen. Lots of people are on there, or on X, or whatever. They're on here. They're on there. They're on Rumble. I heard somebody go today. They ain't on to YouTube because it's too censored or whatever. There's too many censors on here. And I guess on some level there is, but I mean, isn't that a cop out? I mean, isn't like .com? Isn't that really the thing? I mean, there's all these other ones: .net, .tv, .radio, da 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 da. But really, it's .com, isn't it?
.com is for commercial.
Yeah. Well, listen. We're talking about this Walmart situation and the scanning because there's also scanning that's going on over in the UK, from what I understand. There's a store. Let me fucking go over here. Hold on a second. There's a store where you got to scan a QR code when you come in there. Here, stand by. Hang on a second. Hang on. Here we go.
You're in London. You're on a business trip.
I know ShopRite
Staying in
has now
Greenwich.
started, at least my local ShopRite has now started these self-scanning carts where you just put the item in the cart, and the cart knows what it is, and you scan the little QR code on your cart with your app, and it will bill you automatically for
Yeah.
everything you put in the cart, and you just walk out the door with it. They haven't gotten to the point where they let you walk out the door, or that there's still somebody checking it. But
they're checking they're just checking your basket against your ticket, and they check off your receipt with some red pen or something.
Yeah, well, the cart
Costco.
knows what the food is that you're putting in it, right?
Yeah,
So
smart.
They check the
smart cart.
smart cart. Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
listen.
it's a new thing. So I don't know if Walmart's doing that yet, but
You're staying in Greenwich, and you want to buy some food. So you go into the local Aldi's, like this one, and you think, I'm going to go in here and buy some food so that I can feed myself. And then you approach the barrier, and look, you can't even get in the shop without having a QR code to scan here, or to scan here, and then you can go in and buy things.
So you can't go in the store without scanning a QR code. And the QR code has to do with your national ID system. You know what I mean? So this is going on in the UK. Let me see here where this dude is. Store in London that will not allow people to enter and buy food without scanning the QR code. So, in other words, if you like we were saying, if you don't have the ID, you ain't getting in. Just that simple. They don't care, because you know what? There's enough people that will do it that'll keep them going. Money will be coming in from those people. And if you don't want to do it, that's going to be tough for you. You know, too bad. If you don't want to scan the thing at Walmart, then you can't know how much it's going to cost. But I mean, realistically, one day I went through Walmart. I was away from home, and I went through Walmart for a whole bunch of shit I was buying. And when I got outside, I was like, huh. I went back in, and I had them redo everything, and I was overcharged all kinds of money in there.
I actually, and it's always sketchy when you get stuff like this in your email, but I actually got a thing from a class action lawsuit where Walmart was overcharging for fruits and vegetables, right? I mean, the settlement was like 50 cents or something, but, they were not selling their stuff at the advertised prices when you got it to the register. And it was a pretty big deal, actually. They got in a lot of trouble for it.
Yeah. Now I was already out the door. In other words, I would have been loading that shit in my car, because the thing is I used my.
I didn't know I overpaid.
Well, I'm just
I
saying,
didn't find out until the lawsuit came about, and I got named in it.
Well, I just went through there and I scanned my card just like everybody else does. But no one sits there. When you go to Walmart, you got a receipt that's 3 feet long because you bought a bunch of items here and there, food items, all this shit. You got a fucking list that's this long. Who sits there and looks at the receipt? Nobody, man. They go boop and they just cruise. Nobody looks at that shit. And I bet you if you looked, every single time you look, you're going to find discrepancies. It happens all the time. Just think how many people there are. Just think how many minor little mistakes you have to make over millions of people to make how much money you would make on a daily basis. Just
well, I mean, if you had a million people a day and you managed to squeak a penny out of every one of them, right? That's $100,000 a day per store.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying. The thing is, you never know unless you sit there and scan over your receipts. And like I say, who does that? But now, when you go there and you use your app, it'll all be in there now. You'll be able to see it. You'll see all the prices of everything as you charge it up on your phone. Everybody's got their little thing on their phone. We're moving there, aren't we? Who uses cash? Every time I use cash, the people at the store freak out. Like they get nervous. They get all white and their skin gets oily and shit while they're trying to figure out how to count it up. You know what I mean? Seriously, Rio, do you use cash? Is there a lot of cash? Is there a lot of cash moving through everywhere where you go over on the East Coast? You go down to buy a pizza, you throw them 20.
I use cash as much as absolutely possible. And there are a lot of people who cannot figure out how to deal with it. If it was let's say for example, where this is becoming a popular thing, like coffee shops that don't take cash anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just don't go in there anymore.
What about you, Epic Journeyman? How's the islands there? Are islands like cash, or were they no cash? How's it going over in the islands?
It's a mix. I'd say that's the people who come in,
coconuts,
the tourists. The tourists, they don't use cash, and the people who are here is about half and half. And it goes back to the pandemic because there's places that wouldn't accept cash, but also we have, because of the fire, they only accepted cash for almost a month.
You know what they should do?
Back in the habit.
You know what you should do over in the islands? Here, I'll give you a good idea to bring people in. Say only cash. It's like certain places down here by the beach. They don't take credit cards. You know why?
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Yeah, no, because they pay 17 and 30% fees back to the fucking credit card company. So they don't take cash. They want cash. So you know what they do? They got a fucking ATM over in the corner. It costs fucking $5 to get money out of it. So
yeah, I had to go through that just the other day to do laundry.
I'm just saying.
In Oahu at the hotel.
That's what I'm saying. So look, they only take
$15
cash.
laundry load.
They only take cash, and they make $5 every time you get cash to pay them with. So they're making money.
So I always take the max. Yep.
Rock and Rio. It's a dirty world we're living in, isn't it? There's people around every corner trying to get in your pocket, take your money.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. A lot of places I go and pay cash for things, I do get discounted. It is cheaper paying cash in certain places. Yeah, because they're not, and I won't say who or where, but some of the places don't charge tax when you pay cash. So
interesting.
You know, smaller venues, obviously, but you know, if it's $20 instead of paying, you know, $20.80, you're paying $20.
Yeah. Well, jeez, we got about 6 minutes. We're going to be joining Ground Zero Plus. But right now it's Revolution Radio's YouTube. We had like 70 people over here on YouTube and in the Chotskis. There's a bunch of people over there. Come on over. Become part of the family over here. You know, before it's too late. Because in a minute we're going to have to shift gears and move solid into Ground Zero Plus. Because tonight there's Beyond Zero, which goes another 30 minutes after Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, the man on the network, the flagship show on Ground Zero Plus. You can catch him there, 7 to 10 every night, something like that. I think it's 7 to 10 Pacific over there. Anywhere on TalkStream Live, you see him. He's over there. He's always number one, isn't he? You ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Clyde Lewis. I mean, you know, not during the heavy news hours, you know, when in the morning and, you know, 5 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. But he's always up there in those times too. So must be there for a reason. People dig Clyde Lewis, and we want to thank Clyde for having us over here on Ground Zero Plus. But everybody gets this now. Rock and Rio, does Ground Zero pick up the recording from the Independent Broadcast Network so that they get the full 3 hours when there's a replay, or how does that work?
I'm not actually sure how Chris does it.
Well, hopefully the Ground Zero listeners and replay will get to hear the full 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got plenty to talk about too. Listen, I put a whole thing together over a period of time, and it's grown and grown into this monster of a thing now. And I tell you this, it goes around, there's a rumor, there's a fake news video going around the internets about this robot that's carrying babies. You know, like
it's only fake for now.
Like an incubator.
I see it as predictive programming.
Well, maybe it is. Who the hell knows? I know, because I have a whole thing. And maybe we'll touch a little bit on it tonight, but I think it's going to be a Chilluminati episode tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Pacific. This way we can, you know, confer amongst ourselves before we actually unveil the monstrosity.
Dig a little deeper into the depths.
Everybody's saying cash. Cash is cash. And yeah.
Cash is king, man.
Ace Frehley died He's gone.
Ace Frehley died?
Yeah, he's gone, man.
When did that? I mean, that must have been within like last day, today, like yesterday. What?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
So much trouble, so far away. Now
I
it seems
I
as
just
though it's
I just
here
saw
to
Ace
stay.
live like last week on something.
Well, he had a fall, and they had to, unfortunately, they had to pull the plug on the situation. Didn't look like it was coming back. I don't know, man. I don't, it's awful. But the first concert I ever saw was a Kiss concert, and I went there dressed as Ace Frehley. Believe it or not. Epic Journeyman. I don't know. We got 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute warning before we're going to head on over there.
I think my first concert was it was a long time. I'm not counting like the Brothers 4 or something like that when I was a kid. Probably Yes, I think. First concert I went to.
I don't know. I know this. Rock and Rio, what was your first concert?
My first concert was Van Halen on the 1984 tour.
Huh.
With
your
David
first-
Lee Roth.
So your first concert was in 1984.
Yeah.
How old were you? 14?
12?
12, 13, 14.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Who the hell knows?
Because I think it was actually in 1985, but it was the 1984 tour.
All right. Well, listen. I think it's about that time. It's about that space. Time for us to drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drums. Time for this one to go home. That was funny. Epic Journeyman, you were tired last Friday. Was it Friday? Last Friday you were tired?
Yeah, last Friday. Yeah, I just got back. Yeah, from the other island. Yeah.
I was gonna get that Forrest Gump where he goes, "I'm tired."
Yeah.
I
It's
think
been
I'll
jogging
go,
for
I
last
think
year.
I'll go home
Yeah.
now. All right then.
This everybody.
We're hot.
CPR Street Gang, this is Almighty. Standing by, over. CPR Street Gang, this is Almighty. Standing by, over.
Right now, it's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines,
Clocks run out. Time's up. Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. Broken hearts, a smoking gun. On the run. On the run. Mouse is grown up a cow. Days on sale again. Kiss a kiss in the rear view. We're so bored, you're
Mothership has less. Pirate Radio. Welcome to the jungle. Stereo 97. Media in Los Angeles.
ladies and gentlemen, live from the broken down, low rent, sleazy, double greasy pirate radio Nut Hut Studios. It's time for the very first ever Southern.
It's Friday night, hour 1.5. Mine's Jimmy. I'd like to welcome Ground Zero Plus. It's Revolution Radio. It's the Independent Broadcast Network. Rockin' Rio. Yeah. Damn. That's because AI generated. That's AI generated.
Yeah.
I'm gotta say.
Who needs real musicians? Who needs real TV reporters?
Well,
who needs real actors, right?
Dude,
I mean,
seriously, no. Listen.
Who needs any of it anymore? We can just fake it all.
Listen to these riffs, man. Seriously, dude, if I walked into a club and, you know, you walked into some club to have a beer and there was some dude up there playing that, you'd be looking to see when that band was playing again, dude. You know that's true. Listen to this.
For sure.
No, listen to this. Listen to this.
Load up all guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello, 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 how low? Hello, 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 how low? Hello, 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 how low? Hello. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely better than Nirvana and Kurt Cobain after this.
I knew you were going to say that, but I mean,
No, I agree.
honestly,
Yeah.
no, come in, seriously now. Now, I want to hearken back to just some short months ago when we delved into this idea of this music and we found out that there are certain qualities to songs and music that these programs are aware of, and they make these hooks and everything in a certain way that happens to be very appealing to the listener. Okay, so I'm saying if I Rio, okay, so I know you guys play Rio. I know you play some lead guitar. Okay, now I'm just saying, as a guitar player, if you didn't know this was a fucking AI right now, if you didn't know it, okay, listen to this. That is
Well, I do actually have to say that it's really, really good, but there is still a tiny bit of uncanny valley in that solo and the intonation of the guitar. Like I can hear that it's not quite 100% real.
no way, man.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Right where they hit those high
See,
notes, those bends are not quite the way they should sound. The intonation is not correct.
I found it to be absolutely perfect myself.
It's stupidly close, but I can hear like something is just not right.
I don't know.
I'd give it like a 98
I'm telling you,
out of 100.
I'm telling you, if you walked into a bar to have a beer,
Well, if
someone
you're
was
in a
playing
bar
that-
and the atmosphere and there's noise and
No, I'm
bottles
saying someone's
clinking
playing
and,
that.
you know, like
what would stop somebody? What would stop you right now? Let's say you were putting a band together. What would stop you right now from just fucking taking that right there? Just go. I mean, you could just make a bunch of these yourself and just create a whole
it's like,
thing.
well, what I'm saying is, it's like, all right, like if you listen to Eddie Van Halen play a Van Halen song, there's a lot of guys who can replicate that, but nobody ever sounds exactly 100% like Eddie Van Halen does,
Right.
because the difference is in your fingers, it's in the touch, and there's just you could get 98, 99% of the way there, but you'll never be perfect. And that's the same kind of thing I'm detecting here. Is it's really close,
No,
but it's still not human.
nope. I'm telling you right now, if I could get some. See, now you know about this one, but I guarantee you, I could get one that you would not be able to tell, because the only reason you can tell is because I told you.
Well, no, I can hear it.
Now,
I can.
nope. I mean, it's not. This is not like the 6 fingers or the weird shit that goes on in the images that are made. This is like, okay, look at, it's the notes of the song that there are and the key of the song that it's in, right? And there's notes and phrasing that's going on, but it's the particular choice of how the notes were played, and the harmonic thing that went on. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit going on in there, man.
Yeah, but that line, the high note where it goes do do do, that part right there is off. I can tell it's off. Normal humans don't bend like that.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't you think, wow, this guy can bend?
Because even the greatest guitar players in the world don't have bends that sound like that.
Well, maybe this dude does.
David Gilmour does.
No,
Yeah.
Just saying, maybe, Eddie Van
Yeah.
Halen, developed the,
Yeah.
The hammer thing, the finger hammer or whatever. Maybe this guy's got the bend, the weird bend that no one else can do. You never know.
There's other people in the chat who are saying
Yeah,
they feel
Trish
it's
is
off,
siding
too.
with you. I see that.
Well, Trish too, yeah. But B7 TV says I feel it's off too.
Yeah, I know. You got a couple of people in there, but it's all right, man. It doesn't matter. The
Like I
thing
said,
is,
I give it like a 98. but
Why does
I
it
can tell
matter?
It's not perfect,
Because
and I can only tell it's not perfect because I was
Well, hey,
actually
maybe-
paying attention to listen to it.
but you didn't. Maybe you're not perfect every day either.
Oh no. Well, I'm not AI
Maybe-
trying to be perfect either.
Trying to be perfect. Yeah, and it's
Well, maybe it's
imperfections
not
that
trying
make
to
it
be
more
perfect.
real.
Maybe the flaw is in there specifically so it's not perfect.
Well,
That's actually a thing.
no, the imperfection is that it's not a human replication. The imperfection is that it is too perfect.
All right, look at, man. I'm not trying to be on the side of the. I'm not trying to be on the side of the AI. Okay, I've listened to millions of minutes of fucking music. Okay, and I'm just saying, if I close my eyes and I listen to that lead and the choices that were made and the emotion that was coming out of it, I can feel it just like I would if I was listening to any other really great guitar player that I like. In other words, the great guitar players that I like, they play in a certain way. They have a certain melodic quality to everything they do, regardless of what note or key the song is in. You know what I mean? There's just a certain kind of soul that comes out of it that makes it, emotional. I mean, those some of the great guitar players, Gary Moore, for example. You could probably go in there. I mean, Epic Journeyman's been over there making movies with Grok or whatever. So,
Yeah.
So he's about to, kick down with some of this stuff that's been going on with him real. But I'm just trying to point this out here, that even if you're detecting something, and I mean, I know you can detect stuff because you're a sound engineer. I'm saying, I know you may be detecting something now. Maybe you are. I didn't detect anything that I would have anything negative to say about this at all.
Well, if I heard it in passing and wasn't listening to it to try to find the flaw, I may not have.
Yeah, I mean,
but when you played it again and I actually like listened close to it, I could tell it was off.
Well, maybe it was just an internet thing. There was a glitch in the internets.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who the hell knows,
Well,
man? You can't tell.
But you know what?
Listen.
It may only be another week or two or month or two or
Before
whatever.
you can't tell.
Before you can't tell.
Well, here.
Because it's it's accelerating that fast. So.
Yeah, well, here's Melvin Taylor. I'll tell you what.
Good love is gone by, baby.
See, I bet you you could go in there and you could have it write you a Melvin Taylor song. You could just say Melvin Taylor.
You should give it a shot. I mean, you're friendly with the Chat GPT.
No, I haven't been using ChatGPT anymore at all. I quit.
Have you grokked up now? Have you moved over?
I just quit using it.
Yeah.
I used it for a period of time, and I up until the point we did that series of shows. There was like there was like a series of about 7 shows we did that once I found out about that level red escalation, level 5.
Level 5 escalation.
From that point forward, we've learned a lot of shit on this show and doing stuff. So, but
yeah. Apparently ChatGPT, I think it's ChatGPT, has a real issue with the seahorse emoji for some reason. Like if you ask it to show you seahorse emoji, it freaks out and it can't answer the
Mandela
question.
effect. Can't deal with the Mandela effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple like that. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, man, now it's basically I don't use it at all, hardly at all. Like I said, I used it when I put those test results in. I mean, I'm using it more like a tool instead of, doing any of this shit. I mean, we were talking about AI agents like a year before what's going on now.
Anybody. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just, I mean,
I
made
refuse
an
to
AI
interact with
agent on here. I made an AI agent on here. On there.
I refuse to interact with it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't ask it questions. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to feed it, I don't want to feed the beast, as it were.
Oh, man. Well, listen, if you don't want to feed the beast, you're definitely not going to want to hear about some of this information that I put together over here. But Epic Journeyman, now you've been using this, and we're not giving you advice, financial advice. No, we're not plugging this for a reason. Now you came across some stuff that you were putting here in the teams, and you've been using Grok while you were gone for 10 days.
Yeah.
And so give us the lowdown. I mean, give us the bullet points.
Yeah. So basically, I've been avoiding it from day one. Not just Grok. Yeah. Any one of these artificial intelligence things, other than the radio show I did a while, like 2 years ago, about it, mimicking voices and that kind of thing and images. But it's free. It's free if you have an X subscription. You get like 10 renders per 2 hours. Then if you want 300 per 2 hours renders, it's $30 a month. And if you exceed your limit, then it goes up to $300 a month, right? So basically, whatever you want to get done, you got to get done in 30 attempts, pretty much, right? So now what I did is I didn't mess with. I haven't used it as a chat bot. I haven't analyzed my stuff. I haven't used it as they have AI boyfriends and girlfriends kind of things. I mean, it's ridiculous like that. AI agents or AI companions, they call them. And I haven't messed with that yet. So these are things that it has that I haven't messed with. But since the time I got it,
but you said you weren't going to mess with this, and now you are. So it's only a matter of time.
Because I wanted to generate images, right? I saw some images.
I have, under full disclosure, I have used the image generators, and I still do occasionally. But as far as conversational AIs, no, I want to stay away from that.
Me, I'm the same way. Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm probably going to as a test. Excuse me. Hiccup there. But what I found was it's so compelling that the analogy that I made immediately thought of was, it was one of the Stanford, I think it was Stanford experiments, where they provide stimulus to the rat, like whether it be cocaine or whatever in the eyedropper, it just keep doing it until it died. Like you just keep nudging and nudging. It was just a compulsive behavior to where you would you're so entranced, you're so captivated that you can't break away. Like you're waiting for it to update, and it's very much like a gambler's problem that they parlay in Las Vegas, right? Where the electronic slot machines will make you almost won. You get it almost on the bar, and if you just play one more spin, it'll go.
Anybody
and so
play an electronic slot machine?
It's just crazy. I know. Living in Vegas is the craziest thing I know. It is. It's ridiculous. But they parlayed the psychology into those electronic slot machines, and they literally try to keep you in the seat. They do anything they can to keep you with the bells and whistles and music and everything else. And so what I found out about Grok was that it was gamified. It's completely gamified. So it's free. It's like the street dealer giving you the first hit for free, right? It's free, but if you get addicted, and people will, right? Then you got to pony up to the next tier to $30, and people will end up paying that $300 a month. And what I found was that I opted into the beta testing stuff where you get the audio and other things that it'll generate also randomly. So the scenes you create, and you have to put headphones on. People, I'm telling you, you have to put headphones on and listen. It gives you clues, like for your generating techniques. It'll say things, and if you use that phrase later on, it'll do things that you can't do otherwise. It unlocks things. It's a game. It unlocks these things. So as you're generating these images from photos, like your own personal photos,
it's not.
And you're trying to animate like a puppet master these scenes. Then and you can, like I have pictures. I just have like I cropped out one person and just had that person and cropped out another person.
Listen, so the thing is that when you're doing this and you're using certain phrases, that's why they have classes to teach people how to use AI. It seems like using AI would be a simple thing, but it's not a simple thing, because the thing is, it's all in how you use vocabulary to prompt it. Exactly. And so what it's doing with this, it sounds like what it's doing to you, and you're calling it gamification, but it sounds like it's also training you. It's giving you a beginner's course
write code, basically. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. All right. Continue.
So what I found was I was losing sleep because this idea is so compelling. It's very much like I said, the addiction aspect of a compulsive gambler
or a game. That's like a gamer
or a game like a gamer. Where you just one more level. It's got to get past this one next boss or whatever. And you just started off trying to make a picture. That's all you're doing. Not a picture. The 6-second videos. And so the puppet master and the film director aspect takes over to where you're trying to manipulate all these objects and things into doing exactly what you want. And it's like then you spin after, and it either generates what you want or it doesn't. If you don't, you spin again. But the way it's gamified is that if you have to do certain things to keep your last sequence, 6-second sequence, still there, right? If you forget a step, or you can do it by voice. I'm not going to do it by voice. Or if that's the easiest way. Elon Musk says you should do it by voice. I'm not going to do that because I know it's sampling your voice and training it with your voice, and I'm not going to do that. So I still type everything. But if you mistype or something and you miss, then all that work you put in to get the scene you wanted to generate it up to that point, it resets it to zero. So the first set of images you have. So it's gamified. It's completely gamified. And the objective obviously is to train the AI, but it's also train you. But it's financially rewarding on that side as well as training the AI, because
Mike Mont in the chat is saying you're on a dopamine overdose, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Listen, so it's dangerous. It's actually dangerous.
The other thing is it also makes you wait too. So you can do it, but you can do a few of them, and then you got to wait. How long do you have to wait?
Depends. It changes, and it has this mimetic circle spinning with the Grok logo, just enough to keep you compelled. So you can do multiple ones at once if you have the bigger tier, right? Because you'll wear out your chances with the lower free tier too fast, and it'll get you by some of the moderation things too. And the moderation changes as well. Like before, it wasn't unmoderated. They didn't want you to do like a revenge porn or something like that. So they had some moderation in there. You wouldn't just do like obscene things from saying it or writing it in. But those filters weren't that great. You had workarounds and it would do things. And so that's why I was saying that the other day they clamped down on moderation, because they certain words, you can't even use certain words anymore. The words are totally benign. So they've taken this 360 where Grok was probably the most permissive one of these generators out there. And because people complain because politicians were getting caught up in the put in compromising positions realistically with AI generated images, that they clamped down. And this happened with Congress out of session. They just did this a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Elon Musk just said, okay, basically.
So the thing
but
is,
that's how dangerous it is. It's compulsive and addicting, and it also can be imperceptibly real to people who look at it and don't know better, especially older people who have no idea.
well, here's the thing for you. Let me just say that anything you put in Grok can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Whatever kind of pictures you make in there. I don't know what kind of pictures you're trying to make in there, Epic Journeyman. I don't know if you're trying to make.
I'm just making
Trump,
scenes, but my point was you're testing
making
things
some
out.
Political Trump videos or something. You might get in trouble.
right. Yeah, I'm not putting them in the band. I mean, I made them with one of the Three Stooges. I did that. I made they were in the cabinet, and I made a Three Stooges video with them as the Three Stooges. I mean, that kind of thing, But the point is, they're taking just whole words out now. So here's Elon Musk priding himself on lack of censorship, and because the administration said, no, you got to slow that down, he did. So 2 days ago, or it might have just been yesterday, they clamped down on a lot of stuff. You can't do it anymore.
Listen, Rock and Rio.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to open up these phones in this coming up hour, the last hour of the show?
We could, yes.
All right, so we'll open up the phones. It's Ground Zero Plus, Revolution Radio. It's the Independent Broadcast Network. My name's Jimmy. It's in the microcosm. That's Rock and Rio over there. Epic Journeyman's way over there on the island. And, we're here tonight with you, and we're over there on TalkStream Live with the big boys. We're in the house. It's not your granddaddy's talk radio, Rock and Rio, is it?
That's right.
No. Well, listen, we're going to be right back, so don't you go anywhere.
This weird Japanese trick shrinks your belly.
We're going to show you a weird Japanese trick. Ready, Rock and Rio? Show them.
Put it in the Grok.
Yeah, put it in
the Grok.
Get
censored.
It's Ground Zero Plus.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, hides a face, lies the snake, in the sun, in my disgrace. Boiling heat, summer stands, neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Stuttering, cold and down, still the warm wind, tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, and sometimes far too long for snakes. In my shoes, or walk and sleep, in my youth. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of death construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as a war machine keep turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poison in their brainwashed minds. Oh yeah.
Man, that kicks ass.
Politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight? Leave that to the poor. Yeah. Time will tell on their power mind.
See, like Clint Black better grab that real quick. I don't know. You gotta admit, that's pretty good. You gotta admit, that is pretty good, man. War Pigs. Country. Or was it Western? I'm not sure.
Darkness of this world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling. On their knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
Hey, it's Ground Zero Plus.
Whiskey and women, I'm gonna wreck my life.
John Lee Hooker.
Almost wrecked my life. One for whiskey and women, I have.
Right on. We just moved up to number 4. Over on TalkStream Live. Go over there and click on the Clyde Lewis icon with the nukes going off and the sunglasses. Mine's Jimmy's. Hour number 3. And we're, for some reason, I mean, we've ended up in the AI space tonight. We started talking about these, what the hell's going on over at Walmart. And apparently there's more than just what we were thinking, but you have to scan tags with an app that you're going to have to put on your phone. And I'm sure it's not going to be too long before Walmart's going to have their own money. Rock and Rio. I bet you there'll be like Walmart dollars or
they do already.
Wall dollars.
No, they do.
Your wall dollar will buy 1.5 more than your dollar will buy. That's how they'll get you to put your money in there. They'll say, hey, listen, come on down. You bring $1 and we'll give you $1.50 to spend in our store. How's that sound? Come on down. As a matter of fact, you can deposit as much of your money in our little coin base over here. You know what I mean? That's coming.
Yeah, but they'll give you that well, I guess that would be a 25% discount, but they'll only do that after they raise the price by 50%, right?
Right,
So
but you can't spend.
they'll still be making out on it.
You can't spend your Walmart dollar. You can't take your Walmart dollar
Anywhere else, right? It's only good there. It's a company store, man. It's the company store.
Call it the white trash coin.
Listen, it's the coin of the future, because listen, you're not going to go into Walmart unless you're scanning. You know, it's going to be just like that movie with Ethan Hawke, where he pretended to be somebody. Remember that? Gattaca, exactly. There was
Swammartica.
Sucking his DNA out of the keyboard. You know what I mean? His skin particles. You know what I mean? They didn't fuck around. In the future, it's not going to be no joke. You better stand there, just keep your mouth shut with your gray jumpsuit, and go down and get your, Walmart dollars, dude, and head on in to the store. Don't you even think about, moving too fast or making your eyes shift back and forth.
I'll tell you what, if I can't use good old American greenbacks in the Wally World anymore, then that'll be the end of Wally World.
What if there's nothing else but Wally World in your 15-minute city? What if all you got is Wally World? What if that's it for you? What about it?
Well, there's always Amazon.
Yeah.
They keep trying to put us into Logan's Run, man. They do. It's a combination of Logan's Run and Zardoz, where the elites become the people in Zardoz, Tabernacle, and the rest of us become, we only get to live to be 30. We're so useful in that Logan's Run Walmart world.
Look, I said a long time ago, why didn't the Pope have a Pope coin with only so many Pope coins? And so that way, when all the Catholics bought the Pope coin, the value would just go up and up and up and up. Like, why wouldn't they do that? They have a base of people that will take their money and buy a Pope coin with it, just to have one. And then all of a sudden it goes up, and now it's worth a bunch of money. Now all the Catholics, could have benefited from it, because there's so many that follow the Pope. I'm not saying one side or the other for Catholics. I'm just saying, if you have so many Catholics around the world, why wouldn't you make a coin that goes up and up and up, and then all your benefactors would all benefit from it? It'd be almost like you were giving to the poor. You know what I mean? It started off, they bought it for $1, now it's worth $150,000. I mean, why couldn't the Pope do something like that, huh? I thought he was the Pope.
With associated vendors and organizations everywhere, there'll be the pontification coin, where it buys you speech at any microphone, any outlet, any media outlet. So you get double the worth or triple the worth or whatever associated, because your pontification coin. So because you want to spread the word, right? Spread the gospel of the Catholic Church. And so any participating member, that your coin's worth has more value. So if you buy advertising, you buy your time at the...
You're getting too technical. Look, I'm just a Catholic peasant who bought a coin for $1. Now it's worth $150,000.
I'm just trying to learn Latin, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, why couldn't you benefit all? I mean, Muslims could do the same thing. I mean, I'm not going to give the coin a name, but I'm just saying, I mean, any religion could do this, and then the followers of that religion could, $150,000 in some countries is a lot of money. I'm just saying, one Bitcoin, 100, whatever. It's going to be 150, but right now it's, around 100 somewhere. No, I don't know. It went down. So there's been a shakeout, but it's almost, time for this shutdown to end and these ETFs to be approved, and then things will look a little different. We'll see. That's what I'm hearing, anyways. That's what the rumblings are. We will see. Pope on a rope. Remember that soap on a rope? Pope on a rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, listen. Where were we?
Soap on a rope full of prison boys.
We were knee deep in the story of the creation and the gamification of these large language models and image generators and movies. Now listen, has it reached a point where I could just go there and tell it a story and it'll make me a movie? Is there is there some amount of money that a person could pay to just tell it a story and have it make me a full-length motion picture?
So right now you have to stitch it together in 6-second segments. But Elon Musk promises, and his promises aren't that great, I just want to say about this, but he's saying within a year you'll be able to make a 60-minute movie the same way. So you'll be able to do it just by narrating up to an hour. So the 6-second limit you have now will go up to an hour. And what this is, he doesn't explicitly say this, but it's a matter of the server time and computational power involved. That's why it limits to 6 seconds, because you can't have everybody generated in 1 hour movie at the same time.
Yeah, it's an artificial limit that they've imposed at this point.
It is an artificial limit, and that's what I kind of wanted to touch on today.
There's no data.
Is that what I found was all these things that I found before it was moderated the way it is now and took the language model away, that's still open to the elite, That's still open to Elon Musk and his cronies. That's still open to everybody else. They can still make these generated images however they want to. There's nothing stopping them.
No.
It's an artificial limit imposed on us, the public.
Yeah, it's just like when you buy a Tesla. If you don't pay the full price, you only get so many.
You don't get all the features, right?
But the features are still there. You just can't have them or use them.
Well,
But
there are
they
paid
exist.
models. I think NVIDIA has some that if you're willing to pay your $30 a month or whatever that you can make like 2-minute videos or 4-minute videos or something.
No, I'm talking about a full-length motion picture.
Full hour. Yeah,
right.
So you can just add them together.
Well, you got to realize too that if you're making a full-length motion picture, most scenes are 30 seconds or less. I mean, there's some that obviously are longer, but you'd still have to stitch together your 2-hour movie, but you can do it in much larger chunks.
Yeah,
you're correct. You're correct. 6 seconds isn't enough. I mean, it's enough, but it's really time
it's enough
consuming.
to train you for hours
Yeah.
and hours and hours, 6 minutes at a time until next year.
6 seconds.
Until next year when.
Well,
you can,
6 seconds for a generator. Yeah.
I'm just saying. You
spend 6 minutes to make that 6 seconds, right?
I'm saying you're sitting there. It's like
for 6 minutes waiting for your 6-second video, basically.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a waste of your time. Why don't you just wait?
Absolutely.
Why don't you just wait a while and wait till next year and then just do the hour, instead of, hacking your way through. Go to the fucking ocean, man. Go throw a line and go fish.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I found out about it. It was the most compelling, addictive thing that I've ever dealt with in my life, counting drugs, ever. The fact that this had kept you entranced, the entire time while you're waiting. And that doesn't take 6 minutes for it to generate your next scene or whatever. It happens pretty quickly sometimes. Within about 30 seconds most of the time. But it's not what you want, right? It's not the scene you want, so you have to edit it again. And by the time you get done to get you the scene you want, it might take you 2 hours.
I've been through it a million times, dude. I've been around computers since the 8088 processor, dude. I've worked on these programs and learned how to do shit. I used to make movies, stitching shit together. I used to do all this stuff, man. And the thing is that things move on and things move on. It's like you're gonna sit there and do all that, and then in a minute, it's like, when I broke my leg, you can go over there to Google, and Google has a bunch of courses. You can go over there right now. Anyone listening to the show, right
Google
now,
you.
you can just go over there, and they'll teach you how to do something, and you can get employed immediately after you learn how to do it. All right, so I'm sitting here laying on my back with a broken leg. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to get into fucking cybersecurity. So I start going through all these courses, man. I'm going through them. I got like 90 days to get through them. And I'm blowing through this shit every single day. I'm doing all this shit. And I'm sitting there grinding it out. And I got like halfway through the thing. And it dawned on me. I'm like, what the fuck do they need people to do this for? You don't need any people. Right. Fuck, man, I'm going to learn how to do all this shit, and in a minute, AI is going to be doing it all. Who could, there's no way that a human being could even compete with an AI version of an agent that's doing cybersecurity. No way. So where's all those people going to go working? I don't know. I don't know. So I stopped in the middle of it. It's not that I didn't learn anything. I did learn, but the point is what I learned is I better not keep going on this just because, there is no future in it. You know what I mean? Anyways, Rockario, give out that phone number. You ready to take calls?
Yeah, we're ready to take calls.
Take calls. But Give out the phone number, though. 618-718-9905.
You got it backwards. 718-618-9905.
All right, let us know what you think about this. You know, literally, we are on the precipice of a civilization that is almost unrecognizable at this point. Seriously, where we're heading. And the thing is who's driving the bus, man? Rhea, are you driving? No. Who's fucking driving? I don't know who's driving. Maybe it's, AI, GPS located bus. It's operating. The doors are shut and you can't get out. Put on your seatbelts. And what's that phone number?
718-618-9905.
All right, give us a call to see if these phones are working. I think they are. It's Ground Zero Plus. Seven 718-618-9905. That's the number to call. Yeah, interesting. I'm seeing some 17th letter of the alphabet link EMF protection in there.
Q-Link was back in the day was a modem service.
Yeah, I remember that. All right, 718-618-9905 is the number to call. So listen. All they got to do is, what if they just say no cash? Yeah. Then what?
Well, that's coming. You know that's coming in the near future.
Suddenly someone just said, nope, no more cash.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but I heard something about someone said no more cash.
So my mic was off. So it's on the Teams, but it's off on my headset. And I want to tell you right now, that kind of voice thing you just heard there, the kind of messages I heard on Grok. I was explaining to Jimmy before the show came on. One of the odd things about this is when you're caught up, it has the audio going. There are times like a series of voices come on in the background. It's spooky as all hell, man. Like just like that. Like it's a team of people talking and the mic is open for a second. And it also gives you these prompts, these keywords. Like when you hit a moment like you level up, right? If you're paying attention, you use that word and you can use it in the next generated image to make your image better. To do things it wouldn't normally do.
What was that? Was that you?
No,
my mic was off.
Your mic was off, Jimmy, and that it sounded like it was coming from you, then, Jimmy, because
yeah, that's what I thought.
That's exactly what it sounds like on Grok, dude. That's exactly what I was talking about. Almost subliminal messages, not messages, but voices you can hear sometimes. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Was it? Do you have your iPad going or something? Is your
no?
Well, I don't have anything else going.
It sounded like it was distant from the microphone. Like it wasn't like somebody had it playing on the phone in the background or in the TV in the background or something. That's how I heard it. That was weird.
That's exactly what it sounds like, dude. I'm telling you, it's like that movie, The Cabin in the Woods. I'm telling you right now, like how they generated everything in that movie. That's exactly what this is like. And it got to the point where it was spooky to me. Like as enjoyable and initially compelling as it was, the fact that I couldn't break away, that I was captivated that well. I mean, like no drug, nothing like that. Ever.
They finally found a seductive character for Epic Journeyman. The seductive character was the AI.
The ability to generate anything you thought of. Yeah, anything. I had Godzilla playing guitar and all this stuff. I had all kinds of wild stuff going. And it's like, and it's so good that you keep doing it and tweaking it, and I start hearing these voices in the background, and they're real voices. I mean, well, they're computer generated voices probably, but still, the point is they're there and they're underneath the music and things like that, just like what we just heard there. Exactly sounded like that. What is that?
I heard it again. I don't know if it sounds like, like when you're trying to cue something up in the background, Jimmy. That's
No, I ain't queuing nothing up. I'm sitting here. I was looking for my lighter.
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard.
I don't know, man. You guys are tripping out. You guys have
You didn't hear it?
You've gone over the edge. No,
You didn't hear
I
it?
heard it, yeah, but I don't know what it is what I'm saying. I don't. Maybe there's something playing. Maybe there's like a window that's open. There's something playing somewhere on here. I got a million windows
this
open.
is
in there.
important. For one of the things it said when I was doing all the image generating, and I reached like a level up moment, if you'll say that, it said Experian in the background. It repeated like twice, Experian. And so like was the tempo of like a techno music thing going, kind of just generated randomly, supposedly randomly in the background. And I looked it up, and we've talked about Experian before on the show. Experian is a data processing, data analytics firm. They do credit monitoring, that kind of thing, but they're also a data analytics firm. So is it queuing Experian to look into the data being generated by the AI at that point to for whatever reason, or is it just a keyword to use later on? Because I tried it and it didn't work like the other ones had worked. Like other things had worked, and this didn't work. I don't know if I was misspelling it or something, but the fact that it said it clearly said it twice in a 6-second segment. What is that? You know what I mean? Is
I
it a
think
prompt
you
for
were
them or a
staring
prompt
at the
for us?
screen too long, man.
It
That
was
happens.
audio.
You didn't see some
it's real.
shadow people.
Didn't see no shadow people. No, and that's the thing though. Like the sleep deprivation aspect, I lost a lot of sleep doing this. I mean, to the point where because it's just so compulsive. Like you want to get one more scene. Yeah, I could do one more tonight.
Believe me,
That turns
dude.
into
I
10
know.
more.
I know, man. I know because I sat there and I did that for a long time when I was sick. I sat there doing stuff, and I know how long it takes. You got to sit there, but it didn't matter because there's 24 hours in a day, And when you don't have a schedule, I mean, what do you had 10 days off?
No, I was working during the still 10 days, all but like 3 of those 10
So
days.
you were working.
So no, it kept
the whole
so
time.
in-
Were you, when you're at work, the whole time were you thinking about getting home and making that movie?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, not just a movie, just working on it again until I realized probably about 4 days ago. So it's a 10-day thing. I knew I was losing sleep over it. I knew I was having a problem with it. And then about 4 days ago, I realized no, this is actually dangerous. Like this is not a fun thing. It's fun, yes, but it's not fun in the way that you want it to be fun. It's so compelling that it's dangerous. Like this has to be regulated. Like it's OxyContin or something. It does. It has to be regulated. It's just too. As an adult, it's one thing, but for kids to get involved with this or something like that, I mean, I can see it being a social calamity. Absolutely, 100%.
No. Well, dopamine is a drug, man. And
Yeah, it is.
I mean, there should be Dopamine Anonymous. It's where you just lay around and,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm describing, isn't it? It's Dopamine Anonymous. It's very much, and I'm writing an article right now, and the article is based on this idea of the gamification and how how it started with things like cigarettes and being cool and things like that, and the old Bernays style advertising to make things addiction of product. But now this compulsive aspect and monetizing this compulsive aspect on purpose, right? On purpose to just generate revenue, but get people in the seats and keep them there.
Look,
is
dude,
based on the
here's
model of the
thing.
compulsive gamble.
Here's the thing is that they become the pusher and they're giving you the dope. And the thing is there is
Give you
no
dopamine.
Well, here's the thing. There is no dope. It's like there is no spoon. In other words, they don't
Yeah,
have
it's
to
all you.
They don't have to sell you anything on the corner. They don't have white bags, bags full of white powder. All they got to do is just make the colors look just right and make you click on some shit and get you interested in something, and you go down that situation like you found yourself in.
Bedazzled. Bedazzled is maybe the best word.
Rock and Rio.
I'm telling you.
Well, I know, but the thing is, though, now you play some video games, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. I mean, how long have you been playing games? You've been playing games for a while, right?
Since the 70s.
All right. Was there ever a point when you were in your day doing your thing and you were thinking about going home and playing that game? That you were
Oh, yeah.
doing something in the game that you fucking needed to get back to, or whatever, or you just, go ahead.
Sometimes, occasionally, like if there's a special event going on or whatever, I'll make a note in my phone to watch the event on, it's on Saturday at 2:00 or something. If I miss it, it's not the end of the world, but I do, try to fit those things into the schedule. It's not a big deal, but I enjoy it. So
they're starting
it's like an
businesses.
entertainment value to it.
They're starting businesses in the chat. Rehab.
I see that, man. They're all based on that pineapple shirt. That was an accident, guys. Yeah, it was on purpose.
A lot of the games that I play are don't have things like that. Like when I was young.
You have simulation games. You play the racing games and stuff more, right?
Yeah, I play racing games and stuff. So I can race anytime. But if there's a specific tournament or something, I might go a little bit out of my way to race in the tournament. Or
I got addicted to Gran Turismo, the first one on PlayStation. Tuning your car and doing all that stuff.
This has been the Midnight Gamers show.
Well, the gamification aspect we're talking about. So the only games. No, go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. So the thing is that the first thing you got to do is admit you have a problem.
Yes, yes. This is the addiction show too. This is exactly what it is. So when you get in the zone in a game, remember we played Galaga. All of you older people who played Galaga back in the day in the arcade. It's one of the most notorious games for getting in the zone. You get in the zone, you're playing a quarters, you get in the zone, you're going next level, next level, next level. You'll play that all freaking night if you can, right? And to the point where you close your eyes, you're seeing the screen of the aliens coming down the screen, you're shooting stuff like that, right? From the top scrolling game perspective. But in the recent times, and I say recent going back to the 90s, not like the games that got me the best like that where I had to go back and play it again, were old Nintendo 64, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I had to finish that game, man.
Ms. Pac-Man Maniac.
Ms. Pac-Man. Yeah, I love Ms. Pac-Man back in the 80s. Yeah, for sure.
I could run that thing for a long, long time.
And they were designed to be addictive, and they have that casino aspect of keeping you engaged. They're engagement harvesting. That's what they're doing, right? And I think that's really a science to it that's being used here at this Grok thing. And it's interesting to me because it's rewarding on both sides. Well, it's not a fair exchange. We're spending all of our time and our energy doing things, and we're training the AI to do it. In other words, what we should be getting for free, training the artificial intelligence, right? Different phrases, the different workarounds, creative humans, we come around to get things that maybe are,
why don't you just pay the extra money and then get the features that you can't get, and you don't have to wait.
No, you can't get them now, though. That's what I'm saying. Or you couldn't.
You still have to wait 6 minutes. 6 minutes or 6 seconds.
Yeah, they have it set up to where, like, I'm in the beta test, so I get things that you can't get necessarily for the open public yet. But even that, like it's after a couple of days they do change logs and they change things. So things that worked before don't work now, and it's interesting because what I can see is being done is they're finding, because we're humans, we find workarounds. What humans do best is find work around things, right? And it's using that our own initiative against us to train the AI how to find and be better, right?
You know what?
Things.
718-618-9905 is the number to call, and all this is reminding me of this song. Yeah. 718-618-9905 is the number to call. Seconds to Love, Rock and Rio.
That I don't remember that being a Motley Crue song.
But it is, though. I don't know. Isn't there some... oh, yeah, there's Love in the Elevator, too. Yeah. Aerosmith. All right, listen. We're giving out the number. You got your opportunity to call in if you want to tonight. Give us a call before the time runs out on that phone. It's not there forever. Rock and Rio says 2026 is going to be the apocalypse.
And January 20th, 2026 is the phone apocalypse anyway.
Well, the apocalypse is the revelation.
That's when my Skype subscription runs out.
All right, listen. Enough is enough, as my grandma used to say. This AI shit is out of control, and there's only a matter of time now. So what are they saying about the economy? They're saying how many jobs are being lost. Are they saying there's 8,000 jobs a month being lost? 8,000 AI agents are taking over somewhere. Some cubicle far, far away is being taken over by... I mean, they don't even need to go overseas to find labor anymore. They don't have to ship your jobs overseas. They're just going to ship them right over to that data center they're building in your neighborhood.
Well, here's a hot take. When AI gets to a certain point, will it get out of control and become like a scammer, like those Indian guys that call you up and try to shake you down for a few bucks through, tech support or whatever? I mean, is there going to be like a scammer AI out there calling people up?
Why wouldn't there be?
Well, that's, why wouldn't there be? Exactly. Like,
I think that's right.
Is that the next step? Like, the AI calls you up and goes, "Oh, my friend, you must send me your bank account number."
Yeah.
No, it'd be like a blipbird from Max Headroom, right? It'd be like the voices, those little snippet of voices we heard that are linked to the Grok engine. I mean, it's exactly going to be like that. It'll be something that's subtle in a background audio that'll give you the cue. Aren't you missing Grok right now? Aren't you missing ChatGPT? Whatever, it's going to be one AI eventually. It's not going to be all these different things.
I don't think, like, we've talked about the audio stuff, right? I think it's going to be silent sound that they're going to use.
Of course,
sub-frequency.
It already is.
So sub-audio.
You're not going to hear it. You're
not
going to hear
gonna be. It already is that way.
It is.
That is the harmonization. That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
and this.
I think that's where it's going.
Yeah, it's
the vibe.
It's not going there, man. You're already there, homie. It's not happening in the future. It's already happening now as we speak. There's no question about it. 718-618-9905.
Surprised nobody's gonna call it. That's something to say. So a lot.
The Spinners.
Can't get no rest. Don't know how I work all day. When will I learn? Memories get in the way. I walk around. I can't hear a sound, folks talking loud, but I don't see at all. I gotta get away, I don't
know where to go. It's hopeless.
Soothing, isn't it?
Leave it alone.
Well, I spent all that day.
Damn.
Fixing up to go somewhere.
That's games people play by the Spinners. There they go. It just spun right out. 718-618-9905 is the number to call. I'm going to stop giving out the number now. You guys call in if you want to call in. Other than that, we'll just let the AI take over. So it's not move over, Rover, let Jimmy take over anymore. Now it's move over, Rover, and Jimmy, let the AI take over.
Don't let the AI take over. Maybe...
It's a silent coup. Go ahead.
Maybe what we really do need is the power outage that's been coming, right? Get rid of all this AI.
Well, I mean, where are they going to get?
Yeah, that's it.
Where are they going to come up with all the power for all these data centers. I mean, where's all that energy going to come from? Because I mean, I thought that we were already like almost maxed out as it was.
Oh, we are maxed out.
Where the fuck is it all going to come from? Oh, it must be that $7 trillion infrastructure bill that got passed a while back, but you never saw any infrastructure.
Yeah, could be. Well, supposedly the next generation of chips that they're working on are not only going to be trinary, but are based on light, so they're much more energy efficient.
Yeah.
Photonic chips are coming.
Right.
In the near
Well,
future,
they're
so-
already here, man.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Like
but I
I
mean,
said,
as far as mass deployment in the data center,
There's a
they're-
breakaway society, man, and we ain't in it. It's not a big club anymore. Now it's a breakaway civilization.
It is. It really is. I mean, because and let's elaborate on that some. Because what I discovered is that gamification aspect, just like an 80-year-old man back in 1982 wouldn't get involved with Galega, right? The young generation now, they grew up with an iPad in their hands. They'll embrace this entirely. It won't be the filter of what's a missing real life. This will become the real life. It'll be imperceptible. It'll be lifelog manifested. The idea of lifelog.
I actually had that discussion the other day with somebody I work with who is probably, I guess, is 20-something years younger than me, right? And it's like, the difference between us is that you've never not known life without computers, and life without this stuff. I mean, and now there's the younger generation, they have no idea what it's like before cell phones or what it's before, even HD TV and all this stuff that we kind of take it for granted. But when I was a kid, the TV was black and white and had 13-channel knob on it, and now everybody doesn't even use that anymore for entertainment. It's all YouTube. But it's so as time is marching on, the desensitization to
time marches on.
The current technology it becomes greater and greater, right? Like even us at our age, like it's hard to remember back before there were cell phones. I mean, I do, but like I've had a cell phone since 1994 or 95 or something.
You know what, man? Listen, I'll tell
30
you
years
what.
already.
I used to have a fucking alphanumeric pager. I used to drive around, and this fucking pager would be going off. I'd have to look at it, and I'd have to read it, and then I'd have to sit there and go and text a message back. And when cell phones finally came, I was like, oh man, finally I don't have to do this texting thing.
Yeah,
because now I
had
can
that
just talk.
5160 Nokia bar, right?
I'm just saying now I could just talk. And now it's funny how everything went back to texting anyway. It's like, why do you even need the cell phone? Fucking just get a pager, beepers.
One of the ultimate ironies of dating from a male perspective is that women used to be the talkers. Still aren't a date, let's say. But as far as like the dating process, women only text. Like it used to be that they'd be the ones you wanted that would initiate a call or something like that. But since texting came around, this is one of the things I remember specifically about being one of those touchstones to the past, where we lived in a time before this stuff came along. It was never like that before. Once texting came around, it became harder to date because you had to go through texting. Before you had to deal with the answering machine, perhaps, right? But now it's after texting, to this day, it's a preferred method of communication.
That reminds me of that movie That movie Swingers, where that guy gets that girl's phone number at the bar. And then he calls her up and leaves her a message. And he starts calling her up and leaving her a bunch of messages on her machine.
Yeah, I was thinking of the movie, but yeah, I did recall that, I think. Yeah,
that shit is funny. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Rhea? Where he keeps calling back?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that is funny. That was a funny movie, Swingers. That was actually kind of true about L.A., the way it was in there. Anyway, 718-618-9905 is the number to call. Give us a call. Ground Zero Plus, Revolution Radio. It's the independent broadcast network.
What kind of woman got a heart of stone? But what you bring when I get you alone? Take a chance, come lay down with me. Oh, I wanna make it. Slow and steady, never lost the race. Don't stop running, I'm a fool for the chase. Play the game, surrender to me. Baby, I don't wanna make it. Is it any wonder? You got me coming under fire, coming like thunder. You know you make me walk the wire. It's so easy to put on a show. Your body says yes, but you won't let it go.
Damn, that sounds so good, doesn't it?
Even a one-armed drummer is better than an AI song.
Let me ask you a question. Did Mutt Lang produce that? (718-618-9905). Did Mutt Lang produce?
I think he did.
I think he did too. There they go. Def Leppard from the Pyromania LP. Fire on the high-rise building. I wonder if it's going to collapse in its own footprint in under 7 seconds. Turn to dust. Who knows? When did this album come out? It's kind of... Is that predictive programming again?
What was it, like late 80s, right? 87, 88? This one?
I don't know.
But Pyromania was in 83, I think. So, yeah, it was after that. Might have been 85.
There you go.
I'm not looking it up. I'm using old school memory. I'm not using Grok.
Somewhere in the mid 80s.
Yeah.
All right, well, there they go. Def Leppard. They're still there, too, somewhere in the world tonight.
They're just deaf. They're literally deaf now.
Doing a tour. I think they're actually out on tour now.
I know. Somewhere in the
finished
world, they're in the back room taking some ibuprofen.
They're actually doing
their back hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mutt Lang, Ted Templeman. As far as Van Halen's concerned, Bob Rock fucking transformed Metallica into the greatest band in the world. Bobby Rock. He produced the Black Album. Got him to slow down. And it's unbelievable, too, because you wouldn't have thought it. Bobby Rock was a local dude up in the Bay Area. You would see Bobby Rock at shows. Everybody knew it was him, Bobby Rock. You know, you can look him up. Bobby Rock. He was in the movie. They made a documentary about them doing that album. Bob Rock is there. You can see him. He actually plays bass because they kicked out. What's his nuts? No, actually, he's playing bass because Cliff wasn't there, I think. It was more in line with the timeline. Anyway, 718-618-9905. Bobby Rock. Changed Metallica. Forever. All right.
Yeah, Hysteria came out in 1987. I was right.
Rock and Rio is just hitting it out of the park all night.
Hitting it out of the park, yeah, no doubt. I always thought it was 85, but I got out of the Navy in 85, so it was one of those iffy years.
I'm gonna
for
have
me.
to put the picture of Rock and Rio coming out of the back room with a pool cue.
Right.
You've been coming out with
Speaking
the
of
pool cue all
pictures
night.
of past times, I had to animate a picture of me at the North Pole. It was the weirdest thing ever because guys are throwing snowballs at me in real life. They're lined up on the top of the sub. This is through the ice, right? And I'm in the foreground in my jumpsuit. Not a gray jumpsuit, it's a blue jumpsuit. And what Grok decided to do with the first image it generated was like a graduation ceremony. I walk out and start shaking all their hands. Like congratulations.
Something tells me you uploaded an image of yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so now it knows you're.
Now I'm scared. Yeah, exactly.
But see, you won't come on here on video. But you're uploading.
No, you
your
can see the image of myself. I've shared it here on the.
No, I'm just saying.
channel.
I'm just saying you know. I mean, you're over there uploading pictures to Grok, man.
Well, that's because I was a lean, mean fight machine in 1983 or 4 or 5. 85. in that
so
particular
you
case.
uploaded an old picture of yourself.
Yes, not new pictures. Not
So
the
now
old
you
guy.
could go around perpetrating all over the internets with that picture.
No.
No, because I had a friend.
Just that particular scene.
I had a friend, John Dean, God bless him. Hopefully, things worked out for him. He passed on, but he had a picture
Yeah,
of
it's just
himself.
recently. He was in Romania, right? He was in Romania.
Yeah, but he had a picture of himself that definitely was when he was like in his prime. And he definitely was way past his prime. But as far as the internet was concerned, he was a young up and comer, because his picture was like that. So, I mean, you're uploading.
As far as internet's concerned, I don't exist. I'm like Bigfoot. Like, that side shot with the guy in the stride. That's totally me.
Not anymore.
That's not the only picture. Well,
Not
a
anymore.
picture of me in a
Now
submarine.
you may
That's different, though.
You may be an NPC in somebody else's virtual reality, dude, because now you upload.
It could be.
You
A
have
guy
no
in
way
the
of
submarine
knowing.
through the ice, yeah.
You have no way of knowing if somebody's using your image. We talked about that.
Well, that's exactly why I was reticent to do it, and that's why I'm reticent to do myself in these AI generated things, because even though I don't post them, it doesn't mean that Grok doesn't have them in their database, right? The image may show up later. Like, just because I didn't post it doesn't mean that the database is generating images from won't have me in there later.
Well,
Does that
the
make
thing
sense?
is
So,
somebody across the world can say, I want to have a guy doing this and that and the other thing, and the next thing you know, it's throwing
me.
you in there.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have no way of knowing it because you don't ever see it. It's like,
and you kind of wave your rights away. That's why I chose old images to begin with. Is I don't want anything recent to be out there, because people can leverage this kind of ability for. That's why they clamp down on some of the rules. I think is because other AI platforms already had that. Grok didn't really have it apparently, and it's just only last week that they clamped down because what's to keep if you want to have pick Jane Seymour for example and put her in some sexually compromised position, there was nothing to stop you before. You could totally do that, or pick whoever, any picture you have, you could do whatever if that's what you want to do. And you want to have the term people use is revenge porn, and it's a real problem.
You've been compromised,
right? So,
dude. You've been
you get compromised.
No,
so,
I'm saying you've been compromised by this shit.
No, I haven't been
even
compromised.
Look at Rio. Even the Epic Journeyman has been sucked in. The thing is we did the shows about the seductive characters. We did the shows about the archetypes. We talked about all that, and you weren't fazed by the seductive characters or the archetypes, but somehow the AI has honed in on your ass and got you in there uploading photos of yourself and doing this, sitting there for 6 minutes after waiting for 6 seconds. It even got you, dude. It got you.
Well, that's why I stopped.
You
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
admit it.
Because it's
Yeah.
like it's so compelling, like to make a scene. It's like I'm just taking pictures like me at the zoo with the family or whatever back in the day, and just making elaborate scenes and stuff. And it's like the fact that you can do that and it looks so real, like it's imperceptible from reality.
Hey, we have a caller.
Okay.
Taking pictures, family or whatever. And,
Hello.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Oh, hang on. I got something playing.
And it looks so real.
Hold on.
All right, I got it.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I've just been listening to you guys talking about AI. Y'all know a lot more about it than me, but it does scare the hell out of me. And I was just wondering about the voices you were hearing a while ago. I'm Nathaniel on the chat.
Uh-huh.
And I was just wondering what those voices are. You know, they talk about demons don't have bodies, you know, and I'd wondered, well, can they inhabit silicone bodies with the AI robots and everything that are coming on? And is that another vessel? Is that another way for them to come over to our side, our dimension, our part of the multiverse?
Yeah, build it and they will come, right?
Yeah.
Build it and they will come. That's exactly right.
Could be, because, you know, if you think of it in the terms of spiritual beings being able to manipulate at different frequencies or different, you know, ranges, that electromagnetic ranges that that we don't see or hear or whatever, right? But they're in the same realm.
The light bringer.
Why wouldn't they be? Why it might actually even be easier for them to manipulate a computer signal. It's a very sensitive, fine, electromagnetic signal that
because
take much to cause disturbance in, right? So, might even be an easier vessel for them to occupy. In some
well, they always get those white noise things, the voices in them, the paranormal researchers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something that it is, personal, but maybe will apply. That and of course, this is happening as I got sleep deprived, and keep that in mind that I'm dozing off, right? So the netherworld between dream world and the real world is becoming blurred. So it's like a waking dream. However, those same voices that would show up every once in a while, I specifically heard them say, now mind you, it could be a dream state. This isn't necessarily real at this particular point. They said, check this out. He figured it out. You click on they didn't say click. You freeze the frame, which is by downloading it, right? They didn't say that part. I'm just elaborating. And then leave the image and come back. I didn't think that even. Like, how did that come in? Not consciously. How did that come into this voice narrative that was there? But was it a dream? Waking dream. Now, what Rio is saying, if you're actually caught in another world, if you're a disembodied spirit of these dimensional travelers, demons, right? Perhaps that's what it is. It's that simple. That's a religious interpretation. But I'll tell you what, that sounded totally real. Like
the thing is,
to the point that it woke me up.
I'm a firm I myself am a firm believer in the ghost in the machine theory.
It was totally the ghost in the machine. It's a good analogy, Rio. It's exactly what I thought. Like, hold on, man. I didn't think that. I didn't say that. I didn't, where's that come from? Like, it was like that group of voices like we just heard earlier, and you could hear what they were saying. And that was what one of the people was saying in that conversation. In other words, just like
the weird thing is it repeated what you said, but it wasn't you saying it in the background, and that was a little bit strange, like
was
I said,
the AI trying him? Maybe
it could be, I don't know
Trying
if it
to
was
get your
AI
voice
or like I said, to me it sounded like Jimmy was queuing up a video on his iPad or something in the background, but I definitely heard it, repeat.
Yeah, me
what
too.
it said. So,
no, I recognized it. That's exactly what it sounded like. It may not be the same thing, but it sounded exactly like that.
You guys are out of your minds. No, it might have been just a video playing somewhere on something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where the voice is. I don't know. I didn't know what it said. I didn't realize it said what Epic said.
It repeated Epic. That was what made it weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I've heard a voice in my head before when I was sort of in between asleep and awake. I was listening to a CD, and it was this preacher that I'd met that was kind of shady, or I'd heard shady things about him anyway. And one of my friends had said something about, he was in the military, and I thought he used the term. It wasn't like the common programming that you hear all the time, the MK Ultra, but I thought he said mnemonic programming or something, or maybe like what they said.
Mnemonic programming, yeah.
Or
yeah.
mnemonic.
Well, listening to this voice, and I was married then and having troubles with the ex-wife, and she made me go to a marriage counselor, and it came up in marriage counseling. Well, I think he drinks too much. Well, she drank too, and we both smoked pot at the time. you know, but I did drink more than her. And she said, well, I think it's drinking, you know, and I normally drank about 4 beers on the average a day. And I don't know, maybe that's a lot, maybe it's not. But anyway, it gradually increased to more. But anyway, one thing progressed to another. And next thing I know, I'm seeing a doctor, an addiction specialist doctor, and he's treating heroin addicts. And I'm suffering from insomnia. I found out about the New World Order. So I'm kind of like, you know, sort of losing my grip on you know, the world, you know, maybe having my sanity like challenged or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through a real hard time. So I got saw a psychiatrist. He wanted to give me, you know, this, and it's like for people that are psychotic. And I'm like, he goes, I don't think you're psychotic, but you know, this would help you. And I'm like, you're going to say I'm not psychotic. Why would I take antipsychotic medication?
Right. Don't you can't just stop
I'm not
taking
I'm not saying you're psychotic.
But here's the psychotic drug.
Yeah,
I know. I had these people tell me one time, just take the drug test. We don't do anything with it. You know, we're not even going to look at it. And then I went to go start my job, and they went, "Nope, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, we found some cannabis in your system." Okay, go ahead.
I blew the psychiatrist off and wound up seeing this black Catholic doctor. I wanted a doctor that had Christian faith, and he's treating heroin addicts. And they tried putting me on Ambien and all this other stuff. I had insomnia real bad, but they wanted to treat me for depression. And I'm like, I'm not depressed. I just can't, you know, if I am depressed, it's because I can't sleep.
It's situational.
It's affecting everything else, you know, in my life, you know. But the medication, they tried one medication after another, the Ambien and the something else. And then finally I wound up on Trazodone. And I got on a horse dose of that stuff, like 100 milligrams or something.
It's not like anti-epileptic medicine. You know, I'm not sure.
Kind of like Prozac. It's in the class of Prozac drugs, I guess.
But I have to interrupt here just for a second because we don't have a lot of time, and I do want to get this out there. That you know that sleep deprivation aspect is a big part of the cell, the mimetic engineering cell of things like QAnon, things like you know, the waking up narrative, all those things as you're deprived of your sleep along the way, because they found during the MK Ultra experiments, literally MK Ultra, the best way to imprint something on people, actual mental imprinting, is in a state of sleep deprivation and cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Well,
I was listening to this preacher's CD, and the medication wasn't working, so I started self-medicating on top of it. And I'm hearing, I go to sleep, pass out, you know, and I'm hearing this voice in my head, you cannot resist. And I had to fight with every bit of strength I could muster up to get up there and cut the CD player off. And then I finally snapped out of it. But there was something in that CD and something about all the drugs and the alcohol in my system that was making that, I guess, be able to happen.
Well, I've heard that story many times, yeah. Not necessarily the same mix of drugs, but yeah.
You know, as far as the CD thing goes, I mean, it's the same thing with records and a lot of the stuff in the music industry. Not only do they hide the hidden messages in reverse, but they hide them in subliminals. And, you know, they pray, you know, prey demons follow their records in some instances. So, you know, it could even be supernatural as far as that goes. And
we're almost out of time.
You know, that stuff is quite real, and it's in there. You know, and you know, I've proven it over several times about the hidden stuff on records. You know, so when you're in a drug-induced state where your consciousness is a little more open to that, you could definitely receive those messages.
Yeah, that's why they call them spirits, because it opens you up.
But he was definitely a shady preacher, swindling old ladies out of their ranches and stuff. That's kind of what his deal was. And,
hate those worst kind of people.
We're almost out of time. Daniel, thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Yes, good call.
Yeah,
great call. Thank you.
Give us a call back. All right, we got to go. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Pacific. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow night. I'm telling you right now.
Pregnant robots.
All right, Dan. Thanks for sticking around. We'll catch you tomorrow night.
give a shit about that. Fuck boy meets girl, fuck motorcycle movie. No, what is really being said? What's really being said? That's what you're talking about. Because the whole idea, man, is subversion. You want subversion on a massive level. You know what one of the greatest fucking scripts ever written in the history of Hollywood is?
What?
Top Gun.
Oh, come on.
Top Gun is fucking great. What is Top Gun? You think it's a story about a bunch of fighter pilots?
Yeah, it's about a bunch of guys waving their dicks around.
It is a story about a man's struggle with his own homosexuality. That's serious. That is what Top Gun is about, man. You've got Maverick, all right? He's on the edge, man. He's right on the fucking line, all right? And you've got Iceman and all his crew.
Right.
They're gay. They represent the gay man,
right.
All right? And they're saying, go the gay way, go the gay way. He could go both ways.
What about Kelly McGillis?
Kelly McGillis, she's heterosexuality. She's saying, no. Go the normal way. Play by the rules, go the normal way. And they're saying, no, go the gay way. Be the gay way. Go for the gay way. All right, that is what's going on throughout that whole movie.
What is this party? Who are these people? They make me sick. What is that? Who are you? Who are you? What is he wearing? It's some kind of, like, dance jumpsuit.
To give up. Yeah, when others that I might have hung in. So just nobody touch me. I know what I'm good.